Ah, hello, Sneeze. How are you? Oh, here he is, look. Talking to him earlier in Discord and he ignored me. Bastard. What a bastard. How you doing, Deez? You doing great? Good. Good. Glad to hear. Ah, right. Let's get stuck in. Be rude not to. So. Ah, hello. Hello. I'm on the coffee liqueured. Well, Bailey's and coffee, basically, so it's nothing too overly exciting, but better than nothing.
A rogue of talent is always welcome among us.
Holy shit,
and from what I have heard,
Ed,
you are skilled
19
indeed.
months, you beast. You're CP? I'd get that checked out by a doctor if I were you. I'd really get that checked out by a doctor if I were you, Ed. Otherwise, though, mate, I'm good. I am very good. Well, once the Baileys and coffee's gone, we're moving over to the Devil's Own cinnamon whiskey. So that's tonight's agenda, anyway, with Tipples. Right. Let's unmute the rest of him. Hey, Jump, how's it going?
Yes, it is.
Yes, what?
That shit you're drinking is just Fireball.
Yeah, pretty much. It's yeah.
Fucking look at Joe. You guys can start him. Yeah. Over his job. Yeah, thanks for that.
Right. The one thing I've missed is Observer's not in Discord.
Fucking professional.
Mm-hmm. Only the most professional of professionals. But hopefully now your little icon should light up. Give me a check. Give me a check. Yep. That works. Marvellous. So, go on, Lucius. Since you've started, you may as well recap on last session.
We don't know, Bugger was the last one to talk.
You're right.
No,
on, Booger.
fuck that.
Give us a recap. I'm going to be talking for the next 4 hours solid, so I'm taking this respite.
Well, we went and looted some loot from Kurth's warehouse. Got attacked while we were doing it. Endless waves of enemies, including the acolytes that we've seen before. We ended up getting out with the loot after a long
That
fight.
you weren't there for like 3
I
hours.
wasn't there for half an hour. Half a fucking hour, bitch. And then we proceeded to leave the town on fire, steal a ship to get out to the Harlot's Virtue.
Dealership.
Yes. And then we set the stolen ship sailing off past the port where the Red Maiden?
Yeah.
Where the Red Maiden was, in the opposite direction of which we were going to travel. And then we got the fuck out. We sailed on down the coast. We saw a giant bird fucker that dropped a goddamn whale on the middle of the deck. We saved the ship and presumably the whale, and then fought off the giant rock bird / eagle / America.
I'm literally about to start screaming freedom, but you beat me to it.
And we were headed down somewhere south to take Sutton to some of his contacts.
Yeah,
That is true.
the water
What was that, Lucius?
We're headed to Waterdeep.
Waterdeep, that was it.
So yes, the
Pay attention.
say again, sorry.
I said I sort of pay attention.
Yeah, no, I'm genuinely surprised, sir. I'm genuinely surprised. You nailed it in one.
The entire time, Fallon was sleeping below deck.
Was, yes.
Important measures. It's due to the fact that Fallon has slain half the entire city single-handedly. She needed a break.
She was resting up for this week. She was recharging.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
She pulled the muscle in her dice hand.
Ah, dear me. Okay. So, anything anyone else wants to add? Anything? Did you get any decent loot last week?
I don't think we got shit last week. I was
Fuck off.
surprised.
We got loot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it good loot?
Yeah.
I don't really know.
You
We
never
didn't
told
go-
us what the loot was.
No, because you're too
Yeah.
busy worrying about your level 5.
I mean, level 5 is pretty exciting. I can run faster, and I get to hit extra.
There you go. That's the only loot you ever need in life. Barker took the rest.
I'm gonna need a +5 charisma cock ring. Thank you.
Sure that the folks at Waterdeep may be able to acquiesce to that.
Perfect.
Fuck's sake. Okay.
As long as it's worth 750 gold, I'm good with it.
My dick or the cock ring?
My loot.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Fuck's sake. Apart from that, just as a heads up, I'm hoping I've corrected the technical issues from last week, but we'll have to wait and see. We shall have to wait and see. And with that, I guess we'll crack on. Let me just very briefly bring up a few things that I'm going to need, which I should have done earlier but completely forgot about until this moment in time. Okay.
Figured it was going to be one of those days. You guys ready to start? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative.
So,
Funny you should say that.
yeah, it's funny you should say that. Okay, don't need that just yet. It's been a few days since you last fought off the rock, along the coast of Luskan as you were departing. You are now beginning to slowly make your way south towards Waterdeep. Rations are beginning to not so much run out, but a few murmurs from the crew, especially Arvid, who was the current ship's cook, has been moaning that the food seems to be depleting a lot quicker than he would have liked.
Bastard.
Knock the music down just a touch. By this point, a lot of the crew are beginning to, bring up a few ideas. Some state, that they should make landfall on one of the islands along the way. Others say to pull into the trade lanes and see if they can pull a ship over. What was that for? Is this? I'm not. For fuck's sake. So that's what they're giggling at the minute.
Get attacked by the rock.
You did indeed get attacked by the rock.
What do you want? You're not paying me to have a
Oh, dear.
conversation.
Hey, Socic Marvels. Thank you for that cheer, buddy.
Oh, just click on that fucking mute button, wasn't he?
Absolutely, I'm on it like a carb on it, man. Anyway, as I was saying, Barker rings the bell and gathers the crew to the deck.
All right, everyone, gather round. We're gonna have ourselves a little talk.
I love Tarks.
I love tarts too.
Look, carry on with your lip, lad. Look, this be important.
Ginger dwarf falls from the sky. He was up in the mast,
Yeah.
tending to it. Just land on his feet. What's this about Tarks?
He's got something important to tell us.
No, it's important.
Look, it's an important thing that we need to talk about.
I thought he said impotent tark. I don't
Look,
know what the hell
I'm
was.
gonna make ye important in a minute. Impotent fuck.
Get back.
So look, y'all know the situation. Food's beginning to somewhat wane. We could do with a little bit. We didn't exactly get much chance to gather as much as we'd liked on the way out to Luskan. So we've got two options available, well, possibly three. The first, we all start hanging our toes over the edge of the harlot's virtue and hope that something bites and we drag it aboard. Second option, we go and pull ourselves off course, head sort of to the west. Be a few days trip, but hopefully we can find a few islands over there to at least get some food. Or, the last option, is we head into the east, where the trade route be, and we see if we can hijack a vessel. What y'all thinking? Me personally, I'd say we head into the, into the trade route and see if we can grab something. It'd be quicker. But
we try to keep a low profile.
Are we, though?
I mean, maybe if you catch a ship going the other way to Luskan, as opposed to the other way to Waterdeep.
Oh, so that they never reach their destination, perhaps.
That'd be the way to do it. No witnesses.
I mean, even if they're going to, what they're going to do, yeah. Those guys, yeah, totally robbed us. Where are they? Fuck knows. Could be anywhere by now.
Aye.
They robbed us, allegedly.
Allegedly. Well, to be honest with you, if we do a proper job of it, and they don't even have to know what hit them. Take the vessel, we put a few holes in it, we let it sink to the depths.
Jump on board and murder everyone, scuttle the ship afterwards.
Not exactly be honourable, but to be honest with you, at the moment, anything heading north towards Luskan, well...
It's fucked anyway.
Aye, not just only is it fucked, but it may be in league with those who are trying to fuck us.
I'm good with whatever.
I don't vote, because votes and all that good shit.
Aye.
All those for some honest pirating, say aye.
Aye.
I'm good with this, some dishonest part and whatever. Yeah, aye.
Why'd you have to take a one word into fucking a sentence? Aye, Frank, Tiny, Drogue.
I know how you flashbacks like to whine if you're not fed.
Hey, look, I mean, we should leave it to them anyways. They're the ones that pushed the whale back in the water. We could have ate for a long fucking time off of that.
Yeah, Mitch.
Yes, the very live flopping whale could have been food in amongst the rock attack.
Yeah, you could have killed the rock too. Look at all the chicken we could have ate. Let that get away as well.
Yeah, so we'll be completely fucked because of that. We got no whale meat, no rock meat. You fucked up.
I mean, we get really desperate. We carve a steak off of Arvid's fat ass.
Well, look,
Arvid stood there. What?
We could always tie. We could always tie right round McCullen and try and catch something.
All right, ace it is.
all right then. Eastward bound. It's going to take us a day or two to loop back into the trade winds and then get onto a path where we might be able to see something, but regardless, it'll be fine.
Island. I've heard those island folk are weird.
Aye. If we can avoid them for the moment, I mean, again, if we had to head to the west, we'd be even further out of our way, so this works for me.
Oh. Keep Sutton happy as well. He's a miserable gay. Are we there yet?
One of the portholes opens up from behind the captain's quarters. Excuse me, did you say something? I heard you. Have I been summoned at all?
No. In no way would you be useful to this conversation whatsoever, Sutton. Back in your cage.
I go on, Sutton, get back with you. This is business talk. Aye,
Coddle
it'd be a business
and
talk.
all you'll do is line their bodies up for execution.
Fine. Just one question. How long until we get into to Waterdeep?
You'll know because you'll see it out the window when we get there.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Fine. Thank you. Yes. And with that, he shuts the porthole window.
Weird digs.
Alright, so in that case,
Kill this guy and just fucking take his shit, right?
well, I mean, potentially we could. It'd be
The
entirely down to
promise
you.
of greater reward for turning him over to some of his compatriots is outweighing that.
Aye,
Shrewd drug.
aye, that's some deep thought there, Droog. Deep thought.
Scott, thank you, buddy, for that gifted sub. It's so sick. I appreciate it.
Alright. Everyone get to your positions. Let's see about getting us in.
And that. Barker assumes the position behind the helm again and starts barking orders to the rest of the crew to turn the sails to the wind as he pulls the ship.
Cullen.
You want to say?
Let's talk to Cullen.
No. What do you want, eh? What the fuck do you want?
For you to actually do your job for a change.
Look now, I'm always doing my job. It's just you lot who seem to be like taking and stealing all the glory. I'm hard working, me. I'm hard working.
I mean, work as your fucking ticket. Back to work.
All right, fine. All right, I'll go and sort my out. And with that, McCullen stomps down below deck to do whatever it is he does.
Hey, Mitch. Next time we get into a scuffle, let's take McCullen with us and put him in the fucking front.
Fucking glory.
Another day and a half passes, and the sun's beginning to rise over the horizon, and the seas are relatively calm, enough wind to keep you at a steady pace. You're all milling around, just doing the, wasting whatever time you can before a loud thud bursts from the bottom of the ship.
So now that you are here, perhaps you'd care to tell
The
me who
fuck
you
was
are.
that?
A moment later, you hear McCullen coming up from the bottom deck. Might have a small, wee, tiny problem.
What have you done now?
Well, as he begins to talk, another bang occurs. Oh well, you see, I may have borrowed something down in down at the marketplace. And by bought, I mean I may have won it. Aye, I may have won it. And it might not have been the marketplace after all.
What is it, and what is the problem?
Well, it was a trophy. Aye, it was a trophy. By this point, Kazi and Osric, some of the other crew, begin to hear the commotion. In fact, let's throw us in a little bit of a visual aspect of it all. The Speed Sonic, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Oops. Not sure why that's seeing that side. Oh, that's white. Oh well, we'll sort that in a minute. So, actually, there's an easy way for me to do this. All I need to do is put that there like that. Or not. Come on, Foundry. There. Sorry about this, folks.
You should be.
Not that it's made much difference anyway. But sod it. There we go. Haha. We have a sight at last. So, below deck, McCullen's surrounded by Osric and Kazi, two of the other crew members. Osric, the half-elf, is there. So, McCullen, what exactly is it that's happened down below? What did you win that could be causing a bang? Well, it was like a head on a plaque. Aye, it's a head on a plaque thing.
Why is it banging?
McCullen begins to sweat from his brow, and he takes out his flask and takes a swig. So you know those tales, those old tales where trolls can perhaps regenerate if they're not dead.
Are you saying you have a fucking troll head?
Well, I didn't know it was I didn't know it was a troll head. No. It looked like a monster's head. I was going to have it in above me hammock, but
McCullen.
It's
Are you saying that you have a head that regenerated into a fucking troll?
From the glimpse that I caught to the thing, maybe.
Oh.
Look, I won it. What can you say? You know, if you, I saw the thing. It looked cool. So I won it in a competition and stored it below deck before we set sail.
Hold on, still.
Hey, Jero.
I'm gonna hit him.
Yep. Booger grabs McCullen.
Okay. My little transitions don't seem to have saved. There they are. I may have to transport you myself. Yeah, a lot of stuff's been updated, and I've not had a chance to update Foundry yet. So, if I could just
tiny below deck too.
You're saying?
Said you might want to pull me below deck too, maybe. I don't know.
I might
maybe
do.
Not.
I might do.
I just see a black screen.
Yeah. Alright. If I do that. Alright. There we go. Finally got you all. God damn. remind me to sort this out later. There we go. So as you begin to make your way down the stairs into the bottom of the ship, the banging stops. And McCullen shouts down from above the stairwell, I'm sure you'll...
No. I grabbed McCullough, remember? I drug his ass
Oh,
down
you
here with
just...
us.
Yeah, you want the glory, remember?
Fine, all right. McCullen's dragged by either the scruff of his neck or his beard down the stairs with the rest of the crew. At the far end behind the ship, you see a few barrels that have been knocked over. McCullen pokes his head around from the lower mast. Last time I saw it was over by the front of the ship, crouched behind the barrels. Just...
I'm gonna shove McCullen forward.
Okay. McCullen... It's like this, is it? It's like this, is it?
It's exactly.
This your fuck up. You go check it out.
Go for the glory, McCullen. The glory.
Fine. So, McCullen begins to slowly edge his way forward with both pistols drawn as he shakily heads towards the front of the ship.
We're just kind of inching behind him.
Okay.
When he stops, he gets shoved forward.
He gets knocked forward a few more. I'll give you all a moment to
the left, Diesel.
So he points a shaking hand over towards the barrels. It's behind there. It's behind there.
I put my shield dead center in his back and just ease him forwards.
Can you all roll me initiative, please?
Yep.
Jesus, Fallon.
I'm awake.
23.
And so it begins.
So before anything happens, McCullen, with his shaking hands, points his pistol towards the barrels and lets a shot off. The shot doesn't do anything apart from striking straight into the barrels, and before you know it, a roar erupts from behind us, and barrels begin to fly all over the ship. Two of them roll towards the crew. Booger, Frank, Mitch, can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I've got a human shield.
Well, just on the off chance. Yeah. Luckily, the barrels that are bouncing down from the front of the ship, you all manage to easily avoid them, and they end up just clattering to the side. And then shortly after, the immature form of a large troll. Oh, it's more like not a fully grown creature by any means, due to the fact it's slowly been regenerating in the bottom of the ship for a week or two. But it's still much larger than you. And with that, McCullen, oh, shite. I think it's pissed off, lads.
That's all right.
Better
You got
reload those. Better reload those fucking pistols, McCullen.
I'll do that. Oh.
Don't you run, you little bitch.
I mean, he's not getting past us three.
I had 2 copies of Fallon there. Let me just quickly modify that. There we go. Boop.
Oh, fuck me.
Sorry, Fallon gets to go first.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, Fallon, I would imagine you'll be using your filthy whatever it is you've got.
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm gonna have to pull out my abilities for this.
Yeah.
Here comes that one.
Alright, I'm taking my aim. Over Mitch's shoulder. Gotta drop that first.
Jesus. So as the troll's just beginning to pick a barrel up to launch down the holes, the bolt from Fallon's heavy crossbow just spears it straight through the shoulder. It drops the
So
barrel.
I
So carry on.
get to go again, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, did you roll for that? No, that was for the other one. Never mind.
The second bolt is fired, and that also hits the creature squarely in the chest.
Yeah.
Oof.
An additional 1d8 because I hit it.
Okay. If you /r R1D8 into the chat box. Okay, apply that.
And then I get another extra 2 attacks.
Jesus Christ.
I'll be in my bunk if I'm needed.
Is that hit?
Yeah, the bolt cracks the creature in its leg, and once again lets out a howl of pain.
I got one more, boys.
And this absolute filth of rapid fire heavy crossbow just turns this immature troll into basically a pincushion below deck. Oh my
Full
god.
damage.
I'm just gonna lean against this wall for a moment.
The arrow was winging past him. He's like,
Had a good sleep.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, the queen of sharpshooting has returned. And in an absolute fit of rage, the troll just barrels forward into McCullen and tries to slap him with an outstretched claw. It hits the dwarf, injuring him quite a lot before tossing him aside and ploughing forward into Booger and Frank. Let's have a look. What can it do? Ooh! It carries on. Oh, just to quickly show you. There we go. Another claw comes in towards Mitch, swinging wildly. And the claws do indeed bite deep before it turns to Frank. And last but not least, just lashes out and tries to bite the man. Say again,
Yeah,
sorry.
disadvantage.
Is it a disadvantage? You're right. Let me get rid of that. And roll it again.
please.
Notice they stick on my sides now.
Yeah. I like how, you didn't provide disadvantage from a Cullen.
Fuck.
Take your pick.
Fuck it.
So the second, it then turns towards Frank and tries to bite him. It's open maw, trying to find a exposed part on Frank's arm. Fucking hell. My disadvantage against you as well, Frank?
No, I can't
Okay.
give extra protection to myself.
Okay, there we go.
But I'll take 3 off that.
Yep. And with that, the troll lets out a rather long, aggravated howl. Can those who are more hunter in nature, so it's probably going to be Tiny and Fallon. Can I have you two just roll me an insight check, please? Or insight skill check. I get fucked.
Oh, yeah, clever.
Fallon, you seem to be not so much familiar with this creature, but judging from how aggressive it is and a few of the marks on the creature, you do seem to believe this is a dire troll rather than it just being a normal breed. So these things are usually a little bit more aggressive and a little hardier to put down than others.
I think we might have a fight on ourselves. Looks like a dire troll.
McCullen's there. I don't like the word dire. That insinuates this is not good.
Didn't ask you, McCullen.
All right. I'm sorry.
You did this.
Drogue, over to you.
Very well. Moving up with all this commotion. It's pretty obvious that it's a very large thing, and well, let's be honest. There's only a few things that I do.
Yeah.
How was it uninjured?
Say again, sorry, Fallon.
How is it uninjured?
Got a lot of hit points.
It's so fucked.
Yes, I am now going to produce flames.
Yes.
21.
21's enough.
Oh. 17 fire damage.
Oh. Now, as the bolt of fire explodes in its face, it recoils. Now, it doesn't seem to have taken any more damage than you would have expected, but trolls are renowned for their regenerative abilities, and burnt flesh is usually a lot harder to regenerate than just cuts. Any other actions?
I don't feel like producing a flame-spewing bot in the hold of a ship.
Damn.
So, no.
No, you're not.
That'll be me, I think.
Okay. Tiny. Over to you.
Yeah, great. Well, I think I'm going to start off by using a bonus action and cursing that thing.
Yeah.
With... Let me find it. A little bit of bloated agony, so every attack after its first one, you can take 1d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And I'll aim my crossbow and take a shot at him. Come on, one. Pretty fucking close.
It is very close, but alas, the bolt does not hit the creature. It just flies.
I just know I was close to a 1.
Oh, close to a 1. 2. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I get plus 8 to that shit.
So the first bolt flies by, missing.
We're going to try this again.
The second one, on the other hand, finds its mark. And skewers the thing in its abdomen. It takes a step back in pain and sends its beady little eyes towards Tiny.
I hit that bitch once and it's eyeing me up. This bitch next to me just unloaded in rapid fire. Just like bang, 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 bang. And he doesn't even fucking care.
Nobody knows.
So Fallon, Fallon's a gloomstalker. She makes herself inconspicuous. She sort of stood there pointing to her left.
These guys.
I'm
that
hidden
guy.
in my
It's that guy
natural
there.
environment. It's Drogue in between the two of us.
Any further
That's me
actions?
done.
Okay. Booger.
Well, you know what Booger's gonna do.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
Fucking listen, bitch. Fucking McCullen, number one fuck up, always fucking shit up and bringing problems on us. Booger's pissed.
Is he going to enter a rage by any chance?
He is. He is enraged. And Booger's gonna go in swinging on this troll. And miss.
Yeah. Just out of range, the troll, as it steps back from Tiny's earlier shot, the swing just whiffed.
Booger's going in again.
This time, though, you do manage to land. The great axe bites deep,
Oof.
but not
Add
too deep.
damage to that. Add
Okay.
2 damage to that because I'm enraged.
Okay, there we go.
God damn you, McCullen! And then I'm done.
Yeah. McCullen, how did I know it was going to turn into a fucking troll? And he's going to disengage. And he will just take 2 shots towards the troll. First shot misses. The second shot also misses. Mitch. Just give me a minute, I'm just going to reload my pistols. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
and you wonder why we get all the glory.
Wait, how'd you fucking miss?
Look, it's a fucking troll. How was I supposed to know it was going to be like this? I didn't know it was going to grow arms and 2 fucking legs and start rampaging across the bottom of the ship.
Fuck it. Pull up my axe and start wheeling on this fucking thing. Got a hit.
It does indeed. Oh. It's only a slight wound to the creature. Oops, I've just fucking added it to McCullen. Whoops.
I mean, I'm good with it.
There we go. Full damage.
We'll give him another one.
That one certainly does hit.
Oh.
And with the backswing, you end up cutting a few fingers off the hand of the troll.
And we're gonna be really cool and use an alarm strike as bonus action.
Yeah.
And we'll spend a key point and turn that into a stunning strike.
Ooh. So it must make a Constitution saving throw.
DC 13.
Okay. Luckily, or unluckily, depending on which way you look at it, in spite of being hit with the stunning strike, its head doesn't bounce around like you expected it to. And you find that your fist, when it hits the under jaw of the troll, doesn't really cause much of an effect.
That's how it is, you big green piece of shit. Alright.
Troll's got strong jaws, man.
No,
Frank.
Frank.
Wow then. We'll take the longsword out.
Yeah. Shing! You stab it into the creature.
And while we're at it,
Go on.
we'll hit it with a divine smite as well.
Hey, Spartan. Normally you think they would. So,
2d8.
as the sword slices through the chest of the troll, a white flame bursts from the arc the sword carved through the air. Causing an extra 10 points of damage.
And now for my second attack.
Oh, level 5 filth. Oh!
Get fucked.
You drive the sword deep into the chest of the troll. Fuck. And with a carving motion, just part of its ribs and chest just explode out the side. Oh. Any further actions?
No, I've used my 2 actions and
Yeah.
my bonus action.
Back to the Queen of Archery.
Oh, I'm gonna throw my Hail of Thorns on him.
Okay. So the next time it hits a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends, this spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from your ranged weapon or ammunition. In addition to the non-effect to that, attack of the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
So let me have a quick look. So so don't worry about that damage. So it's whenever you attack now. That kicks off. So what we'll do is 14. So the bolt just flies past, cutting a few strands of the bedraggled hair from the troll.
I loot up quick again. Fuck.
And the second one also, it seems to be, bobbing its head to some sort of macabre beat, and it manages to neo both of those incoming bolts.
That's it for me.
Thank God for that.
McCullen calls out, "What's the chances we can chain this thing down, perhaps, and, use it as like some sort of crew member to haul cargo? It'd make things so much easier. I wouldn't have to do it."
You lazy son of a bitch! Fucking kill it and get your ass back to work!
With this, the troll once again lashes out towards Mitch first. She's going to have to do 2. Oh!
We'll take the first one, please.
Due to Frank's defense. Oh! Due to Frank's defense, the claws find the tip of his shield and just skitter across. It then turns its attention to Frank and sends a claw his way, this time, again, finding the shield. Howling in rage, it then steps aside towards Booger and tries to bite him on his exposed fleshy arms.
Don't forget about him taking extra damage because of the curse.
Correct.
Yeah, we're gonna do it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fangs of the troll find
We've
their
disadvantaged.
mark. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. The fangs find their mark.
I tried.
Yeah, but it's not a crit though. But due to the fact of the fangs biting deep, it causes 11 piercing and 1 poison damage. So 12 in total.
No, 6 in total.
Oh, yes. Enraged. That
And
troll
troll
got
takes 13 damage for
2.
2d8 extra
Okay.
attack.
Suddenly, boils begin to erupt on the creature's skin and begin to burst. And it bends over, howling in agony. Drogue.
Well, from the back line, a humming noise begins. Whoop, 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 and then
How's it go again?
Yeah, I want to hear that again.
I believe he said humming, and it went woo woo woo.
yeah, overlaid.
Oh! Oh my god.
Burn, motherfucker, burn.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, me, it's face off.
Yeah, it's the troll's just unable to regenerate as this ray hits it square in the face. Its skin starts to peel back, leaving nothing but bits of bleached bone. And at this point, the creature begins to look around for a way out, missing one of its eyes and half of its face. Its cuts, bolts all over its body. Any further actions, Drogue?
I think that I need to roll 2d6 more to apply to that because you create 3 beams and it only did 4d6 damage.
Okay. Do what you need to do.
So all right, I'm just going to roll the extra 2d6 and that'll be the end of my turn. All right, so only another 4 points.
4 points.
No
Okay. So hang on.
But,
That 2d6 needs to be added as well, plus the 4.
yeah, because it's supposed to be 3 beams.
Okay.
And so it's 2d6 per, but it only rolled 4d6 for the damage the first time around.
It's just 11 damage in total, yeah?
What? No.
No, see, something happened. Drogue did a 2d6 and then rolled the scorching ray again.
Okay. So what, do I need to get rid of the scorching ray?
I think so. It's just
it should basically that 4 should be applied to that first damage.
Okay.
Because it's 3 rays at 2d6 per. So
okay.
So it's total 24 damage, and I need to apply the 1d8 from my arcane firearm.
So get rid of that. Yep, go for it. So, in fact, Scob, what happens?
Well, the 3 beams are going to slice through his chest cavity, incinerating him. And he's going to fall to the ground a lot like an overcooked turkey. With gaping gashes, smoking and steaming, and just laying there motionless.
And with that, the creature, this regenerated dire troll, is in fact dead. Completely dead. With it being a flaming weapon that landed the decisive blow, you can tell that any and all forms of life that it may have just begin to fade away, and before turning to ash in the bottom of the ship. McCullen stood there with a rather smug look on his face. Well, that wasn't too hard now, was it?
Fallon, shoot him.
We're just gonna glare at him.
I'm just gonna fucking sideswipe him out of nowhere and just punch him in the side of the head.
Yeah, you hit him. Oh. McCullen takes the blow, and the force behind it slaps him into the side of the ship. Boom. And he drops to the ground, semi-conscious. What was that for?
The fuck do you think it was for?
You serious right now?
I mean, we could have like tamed the troll and had some sort of deckhand and thrown it aboard other ships or something.
One word out your mouth, and I'm gonna hit you again.
McCullen just cowers in the corner.
And when you recover, clean this mess up and throw it the fuck overboard into the sea.
I will do.
Bitch.
God damn it, Jerry.
I'm not gonna go anywhere until I see him do that.
Okay.
because I do not want this thing like reconstituting itself against all odds.
So, we'll head back over to there for now. And with
Hey,
that,
Lucius,
sorry.
your monk damage is still only doing a D4, bud.
Is it?
But with D6.
Okay, let me change that quick.
Dies.
Say that again, Lucius.
And McCullen dies.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it should be
1d6. Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's done for you, buddy.
Okay. I don't know, I'm striking.
Yeah. Okay. For the next few hours after McCullen patches up his claw wound from the troll and
Right.
and Glade resets his jaw after it being dislocated by Midge. He spends the next few hours sweeping up the ashes and bits of flesh from the troll before depositing them overboard under the steely gaze of Drogue.
Yes, that is exactly what happens.
You don't have to constantly stare at me, Drogue. I got this, you know. It'll be
would
fine.
rather see it done.
I'm not going to scoop off my duty. Well, look, surely you have got a better way of doing this.
No, you would never.
No, surely you got a better way of doing it. You know, you could always give me a hand, you know, to be done a lot quicker.
Drogue.
If he's trying to suggest that I help him, I'd say nothing. I just watch.
Oh, let me just quickly adjust Frank's character. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's come up as that, Lee.
It's no biggie. I just thought I'd leave you a note for later.
Yeah, I did change that earlier, but for some reason it keeps reverting to my... So best thing to do, if we get into combat again, add 9 to the roll, and then just let me know, and then I'll manually change the initiative.
Will do.
Because I need to basically strip all the characters out of Foundry and re-import them, but it's I'll do that, you know, later on. Okay. With that done, you continue on your merry way. Captain Barker rings the bell for attention.
All right, folks, it's been nearly been 2 days. We'll not be far before we enter the ship in Lane. Keep your eyes peeled on the horizon, in case you see anything that might be worth our interest.
Enough time for a short rest.
I was about to say, wouldn't we have had
Absolutely.
at least a long rest in those 2 days?
Yeah, absolutely. Take a long rest.
Before I take a long rest, Solution.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how shit works. I took poison damage in
Uh,
that
it's-
fight. Do I need to worry about that?
No, poison damage is just it's sort of like fire damage, ice damage, so it's not a disease.
Okay, all right.
Kind of like magical damage, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like magical damage.
Okay.
That's your physical resistance, so you
Yeah.
take the full poison.
Okay, let me just set up the next little bit because that threw me a little. There we go. So as the ship begins to work its way into the trade lanes, what are you all doing? What's the plan of action? Who's where?
I'm up in the on the mast, still making sure it's not gonna just fall off.
Okay, so you're
Because
still...
I'm here about the ship like that.
Say again, sorry, you broke up a bit towards the end there.
Anal retentive about shit like that.
Yeah, and also bear in mind the mast is still not... It's jury rigged. on the top of the center mast.
Booger's just standing at the front of the ship, looking
Okay.
around.
I'm having a looking around at the ship of what happened
Yeah.
last time.
Yeah, while you were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Right now,
Jury
see,
rigs.
we all
Jolly
landed
rig, fuck's
here
sake.
and fucked everything.
Must have been in a heavy sleep.
Yeah, must have been.
Anyone in the crow's nest?
I just sat down. I am. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Where we at?
We're just sailing into the trade winds at the moment. So where a lot of the routes will be from Waterdeep, Neverwinter, and Luskan. So I'm just getting a position on where everyone is at the moment.
Yeah, I'll go up in the crow's nest.
Okay.
Above deck on the rear quarter deck.
Yeah.
Trying to keep an eye out for ships.
Okay. So Tiny and Drogue, roll me a perception check, please.
I give a fuck up.
Tiny's looking towards the front, with Drogue looking towards the rear. And Drogue does indeed spot a ship off the back of the ship. Some distance away still. Seems to be just a two-masted vessel, possibly something of similar size to the Harlot's Virtue. A sloop, schooner.
There's something. Perhaps they have something we could use.
Marque turns around.
What, you say you see something out there?
Small ship, but all ships must have some type of supply.
Is that so? Bro, we got a vessel off the rear. How far would you say?
Seems to be, just on the edge of the horizon. So it would still take a fair bit of time to catch it. And you can't tell at the moment which way it's going, whether it's heading south towards Neverwinter or north towards Luskan. You've sort of cut in, and
It's just within sight. If they try to run, it could be a longer chase.
What we thinking, crew? Well, we either go for this one, perhaps give it a bit of a chase, or we forge on ahead down south towards Waterdeep and see if we can find another.
Fuck it.
I said we keep heading south. No sense going away from our actual objective, right?
Yeah.
What they said.
Yeah, it works for
Before
me,
you turn
whatever.
back.
All right.
just turn Alex up a little bit. There we go.
All right, then. Onward we go. Consider that one a lucky escape, and he'll never know. He'll never know what fate could have awaited him. Ha!
I mean, a good thing, right?
Well, perhaps for him, but not exactly. Well, who knows? It might have been a ship full of gold or shit. Who knows? Who knows? Be the joy.
Can't really eat gold now, can we?
No, that's true.
In fact, let's pull this up just so we've got a bit of a visual representation of where people are on the ship for the minute. There we go.
I'm just gonna move Drug around like one of those 8-bit Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. There we go.
All
I
right.
just imagine Drew wandering around like a little TikTok robot.
It takes another.
From the ship, he's got a huge cock.
Again, as it takes a few hours, the ship you saw earlier begins to dip below the horizon line because the Earth's not flat.
Wait, what?
Like, that's just your opinion, man.
So Earth Solution loses like 1,000 followers.
You gotta have 1,000 first.
Oh, I mean, you've got a point there. You threw me, you bitch. After a few hours of sailing into the trade winds down south, you do start to see more signs of a potential trade. You come across 3 vessels, all on multiple headings. You see 2 that you managed to make out as, again, smaller vessels, small trade ships. 1 heading north, 1 heading south. And then, last but not least, you see a larger vessel that seems to have 3 or 4 masts. You can't make it out due to the distance that you're at. That seems to be heading to the west.
3 or 4 masts.
3 or 4 masts. It's a much larger vessel than what you're sailing.
I mean, we have what, 3 masts?
2.
Wait a minute. How do we have 2?
No, yeah, I've got 3.
Last week.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've got 3.
I was going to say last week the rock knocked out the middle mast.
Yes, you're right.
Got him.
I know, fucking burp. I need to edit this this map a little bit to add the 3rd one in above the stairwell.
All right, so there's 3 ships out here, all going different directions, north, south, and west. What are you guys thinking?
I don't know. What looks like a viable target?
Well,
pretty much, Shero. Pretty much.
There's the largest ships heading west. Can't really make out exactly what it is. There's 3 or 4 masts, far as I can tell. The other 2 ships are smaller trade ships by the looks of them. Similar to one Drogue saw earlier. Personally, I'd say the one going north, we let go north. We might as well not give kind of our position away if they wind up getting away and making their way north. So south or west is my choice.
I don't know, just trying to deduce based on water supplies versus how quick it's going. Like a smaller ship probably doesn't have a lot of supply, enough to keep the entire crew going for a while.
A bigger ship could have cannons, right?
Yeah, a larger ship might be a warship.
Could be a warship.
But
then again, how close are we to our destination? I mean, we've been sailing for days. It's about 500 miles we were headed. Now, granted, we kind of didn't go the straight route. But...
I mean, you. Let me bring up the Sword Coast after I refresh.
Is that line? We're going south.
Yeah, so you're
the ship coming
south.
north.
So you would be roughly about there.
Not far from Waterdeep.
So let me just get a few other markers in to give you an idea on. In fact, there's a better way. There's a better way. Let's
Microsoft Paint this.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go one better.
Photoshop.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a spreadsheet coming on.
So let's.
Where's Jump? We need a fucking PowerPoint.
So, the Harlot's Virtue, let's say, is about there. Not to scale, but it gives you a generic idea on
Point of
reference. Yeah. In fact, let's move it over a bit. 'Cause you'll be coming in from.
north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bit fucking small. Let's throw in.
So I'm used to it. Let's go.
No. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do as a large one. So it may not be that.
It's got 4 masts, so.
And then let me just throw these in. So that's sort of what you can see as you're coming in. So you got one ship directly off. Both of the smaller ships are off your port side. One heading north, one heading south. And then the final larger ship just seems to be cutting across in front of you, out towards the west.
Any markings or anything we would see that kind of denote more of who the ship may belong to or what the ship may be, or no? Are they too
At
far out?
this range, no. You can just sort of just make out rough, the outlines of the ships from where you are. And I say this is not to scale, but it just gives you a more of a positioning.
It's more of a we see it's bigger
Thank
than
you,
us
Jero.
sort of thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
I say fuck that for a target because, pirates never pick a losing fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean,
and also
if it's a merchant vessel, who says we'd lose?
That's a big if for us, a 50-50, right?
I mean, 50-50 is still 50% chance, right?
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that.
West of here is also the islands controlled by the dwarves.
Yeah, you ever heard of an unarmed dwarf vessel?
Can they even see over the railings of a ship that big?
Oh, Gerald,
How
thank
fast
you,
does
buddy.
the vessel seem to be moving in relation to, just ships in the distance speed?
The ship in front of you seems to be making steady headway. It's not sailing into the wind, but it's they just seem to be heading out, possibly from where you are now, towards the Moonshade Isles. The two to your left, the one heading north, is traveling into the wind, so it's a lot slower. At the minute, the winds, the trade winds, seem to be heading south in your favour.
I should think that either the southerly ship or the larger ship would be the ones to go to, but the larger ship, you are right. If it is a war vessel, that would be very unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a half damaged mast, like a quick tickle will knock this thing over, so.
I would
Mitch,
say the southerly
pick us-
ship.
Yeah, pick us one, Mitch.
How about we tail the one heading south until the other two are out of sight and we take it.
Aye, that sounds like a plan to me. All right then,
Yes.
crew. Let's see what we can do to cut the speed a little bit, or at least try and catch up. He's got a bit of a distance, a bit of a lead on us, but I'm sure we can make it work. Let's hope
All
that
right,
we're able to
throw
load it down
McCullen
with
over.
cargo.
McCullen, what? Why would you do that to me? I helped you I shot that troll.
No, you didn't.
You missed.
Don't you fucking talk to me about trolls, McCullen. I don't believe that you managed to get one on me vessel in the first place. Ye be in me shit book for the next week and a half.
All right, Captain. Aye. So, let's see about moving some of these out then. So as the other ships begin to move away. Marque turns the ship to begin giving chase. So once again, what's everyone up to at the moment, now that you've got a target?
I'm making sure all the rigging's fine so the main sail doesn't go down.
Okay. Can you roll me a strength check, please?
Strength check, you say?
Okay. Anyone else doing anything at the moment?
Bugger's making sure the cannons are loaded just in case we need them.
Okay.
I'm still up in the crow's nest, keeping a lookout, make sure there's no other ships coming into view or any other problems that may arise.
Roll me a quick investigation or perception check.
Give me a second, I gotta switch.
No worries. Drogue? Anything in particular you're doing? Fallon, you up to anything of note?
I'm just looking around, loading my weapons, getting ready.
Okay, same again. If you could roll me either an investigation or a perception check for me.
I cannot.
Switch over to Sword Coast and do it. That's what I had to do.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't pull the characters into to this screen, sadly.
investigation, yeah.
Investigation or perception, whichever one. Okay, Tiny, you notice there's no other ships on the horizon, either coming in or away from you. The other two ships you believe have now crossed the point where they will be able to see the smaller vessel. Fallon, you are aware that we're definitely gaining on them. And after studying the ship for quite a while, you notice that it is sitting quite low in the water. Presumably that it's got a fair amount of cargo on board. And last but not least, Mitch, every time the captain barks out orders for any sort of sail changes, you're right there on it immediately, while still keeping eyes on the damaged mast. So no issues appear as you begin to close the distance even more.
Nice.
As you get within, I would say roughly 500-600 meters of the ship, you begin to make out a lot more markings and identifying banners that are flags on the back of the ship. And the sail designs and the styling of the ship doesn't seem to be one that you would associate with any of the main cities in the north. So not Luskan, not Waterdeep, not Neverwinter. It's possible that this either came from even further north or perhaps from the west, such as the Moonshay Isles.
I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, I think we're gaining on them. See how friendly they are.
Captain, we're getting close. Make sure you yell out and ask to see their barbels right away.
Don't you worry about it. All right, who's on the cannons?
I got it, Captain.
Perfect. All right, as we swing by, we'll give them a warning shot.
Aye, Captain.
You know what that means, Booger? Hit them, right?
So,
Listen, shit happens.
the Harlot's Virtue begins to close within roughly 400 feet. You're now well within the range of cannon fire. And you start to pull up at the side of this smaller trade vessel. It does appear to be something along the lines of a sloop. So what I can do is... in here somewhere should be... Aha! There we go.
You seeing it sitting low in the water and moving slowly, right?
Yes, yeah, a lot slower than you would expect. Hey, Kelly. So as you pull up alongside the ship, as I say, you're roughly within 400 feet, so you can't hear anything over the sound of the waves, but Captain Barker begins to offer a nod to the rest of the crew, and then to Tiny.
All right, pass on the command. Just give him a warning shot.
Okay. And Booger.
What?
Fires.
Well, that depends whether Tiny tells you.
Oh, well, fuck Tiny.
Booger, aim for the water in front of the ship, please.
Okay, I got it.
Or if you're McCollin, just try to aim directly at the ship. You won't hit it anyways.
You want me to do any sort of to hit or anything?
Yeah,
Susan?
I'm just going to quickly throw your characters on the top so you've got something to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look. It's Tiny, Fallon, Drogue, Booger, Frank. There we go. Okay.
The water, Booger.
Yeah, I fucking heard you, goddammit.
Well, hearing and understanding, two different things, Booger.
So it's going to be a dexterity check due to the fact that you've got to aim the cannon and not hit the other ship.
Yeah.
Booger's aim is indeed true. Where does the cannonball hit?
In the water, in front of the ship.
Yeah. So as the cannon goes off, poof, the ball launches out at great speeds and lands directly in front of the small sloop. The massive roar before skittering a few times over the surface of the ocean.
Listen, I know where you guys thought I was going with this one. This isn't melee combat. I'm calm and collected at the moment. Or Booger is.
Fucking Jero.
And Booger goes into a rage.
The other ship, having seen the much larger, well, not so much larger, but the Harlot's Virtue, having fired a warning shot
With deadly accuracy.
with deadly accuracy. You roll me a quick intimidation check, Diesel.
From a cannon? Okay.
I mean, behind the cannon, that's got to be with advantage, right?
You would think.
So due to how
Really
close
not.
the cannonball was to the ship, and it did seem to be deadly accurate and made with, not just fired randomly, the opposite captain begins to motion to the rest of his crew. And you can see a few deckhands begin to scatter around the deck while they begin to furl their sails. And the ship...
Can they hear me from this distance, Solution?
Not at the moment, but Barker does begin to pull the Harlot's Virtue closer. So within a moment or two, let's say a minute or two, you are within shouting distance.
Okay. Well, when we get within shouting distance, I'm going to shout at him.
Hello, sir or ma'am. We are in need of some supplies and we are going to board your vessel and take them. Please stand fast and keep your hands off your weapons.
All the other ship can see is this bald, ginger beard face sticking out from the top of the cannon, screaming at them. And as you get closer, they do seem to drop their weapons and make their way to the middle of the ship.
Gerald, there's history behind the hello, sir, man thing.
Yeah.
Well done.
Few...
Well done, crew. All right. I'll leave the lot to you. I'll keep my eye out on the horizon in case anything occurs, but off you go.
Coming aboard. All right, the board.
The captain steps off from the helm. Aye, it's fine. Welcome aboard, crew. What can I do for you?
Yup.
You take it from here, Mitch.
Change their names. They're not actually pirates, but whatever.
During this encounter, I'm going to be back there just ready to unleash hell if they try anything.
Yeah. So as you step on the pirated vessel, there only seems to be 5 members on the top deck. One of them stands in somewhat of a flamboyant attire, who you immediately pick out to be a deck wizard. These are the ones who usually offer wind to the sails of ships when sailing into the wind. And while not all of them tend to be, grandmasters, they do know a few tricks. Even though it says they're pirates, they're not. Get rid of that.
It's fine. We'll forgive it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, we noticed that you were running a bit low on the water. We wanted to help your situation by taking some of your cargo off your hands. And you can speed up and be on your way. Yeah? Aren't we nice?
Yeah, the captain looks at the crew. Aye, if that be the case, then I guess we don't have much of a choice in the matter, do we?
It's just food, mate. That's all we need. Food.
Is that so?
Well, and everything else that we can carry. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. For here and all that.
Roll me a quick persuasion check. Well,
Nobody looked like.
You're not very persuasive, Mitch. Well, look, you see, the thing is that we don't have. Yeah, you can take the food, because we know we're nearly at our destination. But honestly, I would not suggest you take any more. The cargo that we have on this the cargo that we have on this vessel comes from one of the dwarven companies over in the Moon Shays, and once we've made our first delivery to Waterdeep, we'll be heading north to Luskan for the Mirror Bars to make this delivery. And I'm not sure, but do you know who the Mirror Bars are?
Wait, you going to Luskan?
Aye, once we've made a few drop-off and pick-ups in Waterdeep, we'll be heading north to Luskan.
Wait. I wouldn't go to Luskan.
Oh, why is that? The rest of the crew begin to look towards Mitch.
How about this? Instead of us robbing you blind, we trade. We give you some information, keep you nice and safe, and you give us some food and maybe a little what you got. Not everything, because fucking dwarves are shady as fuck, and they'll hold a grudge till fucking the end of time.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong there.
How does that sound?
Alright, seems fair. I mean, in all fairness, you could have quite easily blew us out the water and sent us to a rather unpleasant place down in the depths, so you've at least got some integrity, I'll give you that.
Still,
On wrongs for thieves and all that good stuff.
Aye. Oh, look. I'll get the rest of the crew to bring up what we've got. And in return, by all means, tell us what you know. And the wizard at the back steps forward. If you don't mind, I'll take also somewhat of a view in this, due to the fact that I am from Luskan. I'd like to know
Do
what
I
happens.
recognise him as the wizard from the tower?
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation.
You don't see any of the usual brooches or pins that they would normally wear on their person. he doesn't seem to be, due to his clothing or any of the accessories on him, to be a mage from the tower itself.
So I'm just like, you're not from the tower, are you?
No, I'm not part of those. Don't get me wrong. I tried to get in at one point, but supposedly my magics were not of their taste. Hence why here I am as a deck wizard, blowing fucking wind into sails to try and get trade ships from port to port.
Better than being some fucking vampire bitches, fucking, I don't know.
Bitch.
Fucking, yeah,
Bitch.
exactly.
The rest of the crew raise their eyebrows. The deck wizard nods slowly. Well, I've not been to Luskan in it's been, what, 8-9 months at least? I mean, the last that I heard, everything was hunky-dory there.
Yeah, well, all of the other ships, apart from ship, which one?
Ethno.
Are fucking dead.
I'm sorry, but that's very hard to believe.
Oh, really? And I shout over for, what's his name?
Sutton.
Because we've got Sutton. Is he awake? I'm going to drag him out of bed.
He's not awake at this moment, or he doesn't hear you at the moment.
Do us a favour, love. Just flip that fucking Ponzi bastard out of his bed.
I go down and get him.
Okay. Let me quickly snag that. A few moments later, Sutton emerges, being dragged along by Fallon. Oh, God heavens, what on earth is going on here? Really?
Every man dreams of being woken up by a beautiful woman.
Yes, of course. What's going on? What do you need me for?
These fellas don't believe the things I'm seeing. They don't believe that all of the other ships are gone.
Is that so? You over there, you captain. And with that, the captain from the other ship raises an eyebrow, and then a look of surprise crosses his face. Bloody hell! Advisor Sutton, or Ambassador Sutton, it's been a while. It's Captain Tether. We did some business about a year or two ago. Sutton nods slowly. Well, look, fair enough. I'm sorry, I don't recognise you from Adam, but yes, look, regardless, what these honourable ladies and gentlemen have said is indeed true. Regrettably, Luskan is in the grip of a rather troublesome captain by the name of Claudia Orlais. Yada yada yada. I believe that's my work here done.
Yeah,
it's rather nippy out here.
It's what? Shorts and t-shirt with it. Fuck off.
Sutton offers a grunt before heading below deck.
Oh, so is it like that, is it, Sutton? Well, bloody hell, at least, fine, well, look, Tiny, if you could give the man a nice cloak or something to keep him warm. We don't want him dying halfway across the ocean.
Yeah, Tiny, you've got a nice cloak, haven't you?
A cloak? I don't know what you're speaking of. I've never owned a cloak.
Fine. Well, look, McCullen, see to the man.
Yeah, McCullen from below deck. Oh, all right, sir. I'll make sure he's all right.
Yeah, keep him warm. Raise that body temperature.
Captain tells
my cloak.
Looks towards the deck wizard at his side. So that was actually Sutton from Kursk. So fair enough. It leads some credibility to your words. Well, look, since we're not heading there, cargo's yours. How about it?
Happen to be fucking living people by any chance?
No. As far as I'm concerned, most of the shit that we'll be that we're transporting It's just mostly basic supplies for trade, cloths, textiles over from the Moonchase. I mean, we have got food, we've got our own stash, and we've got some exotic fruits from over in the Moonchase, but apart from that, it's no people, not as far as I'm aware of, anyway.
It's fair trade, then, eh?
Aye. Well, look, at least give us something to work with if we're going to get asked, we're going to get questioned, and we are putting our lives on the line. Or alternatively, I don't know. And he looks go on.
She got pirated by a large ship called what's that ship called, Frank?
Red Maiden.
Red Maiden.
Was it Red Maiden?
Red Maiden, yeah, it was
Big
indeed.
old ship full of ladies in umbrellas.
All right. Red Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that
Dirty,
crew?
great, big, ugly galleon.
Is that so? All right. Did you hear that crew and the rest of the trade crew? Yes, sir. We hear it loud and clear. Pirated by a Red Maiden who wanted to do naughty things to us. With an umbrella.
Close enough.
That'll do.
The deck was just shakes his head. Alright, fine. We'll go along with that then.
I walk up to the captain, spit in my hand. We got a deal?
Aye. Deal. But if you go back on it, may Amber Lee sink you and the rest of your crew below the depths. Don't let me down.
Speaking of fucking a name out in the oceans, that's asking for trouble.
As long as we don't invoke her wrath, she'll be fine.
Alright. On my oath, my word is my bond.
And in the name of her, of the bitch queen beneath the depths, do ye swear, as we'll be going, leaving with our lives and enough food to see us home.
Agreed.
And so it be done. The captain shakes Mitch's hand in return. Alright, crew, you heard the man. Let him at the ship.
So we just take enough food for us and leave enough. Where they say they're heading off to now?
They're heading to Waterdeep. And then north to supposedly north to Luskan.
We leave them enough food to get to Waterdeep easily, without any trouble. And take any cargo that was headed to Luskan.
Fair enough. So you managed to grab hold of roughly a month and a half worth of food. The vast majority of it being like exotic fruits and a few dried salted meats of an animal that you're not too sure what it is, but it's still edible. Alongside there's various other crates of textiles and spices and trade goods that were bound for Luskan itself. And not a drop of blood was spilt.
Very unlike us.
I know.
We're not all bad.
They wouldn't have been worth many experience points anyways.
Oof. Savage.
I lean over and whisper in Booger's ear, why haven't we got one of these deck wizard things?
Fuck, I don't know. We got to do all the goddamn work.
Surely we'd move quicker if we had one then.
We could always
Well,
trade
imagine
them.
Yeah, I imagine they're expensive, but yeah, we can trade McCullough for one. That's for goddamn sure. He don't do shit. All right.
Is this within earshot of the captain?
No.
No.
No?
We don't want to start a fight.
Okay.
We're just shooting the shit because Mitch is doing all the work, to be fair.
So with that, you managed to load the various things aboard the Harlot's Virtue. With the help of the other crew as well, due to the fact that a word and a bond has been set up as to the fact that they can leave with their lives. As the rest of the crew, the Harlot's Virtue returns back to the ship, the captain perks up. If by chance, things don't go well, is there anywhere we can find ye for crew? Should you ever need a few extras?
What do you think, Captain? It's alright, yeah?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't usually want to take crew from vessels that are pirated. It's bad form. You never know when a knife's going to be stabbed in your back for something you did months before.
Fair.
Ah well, with that then, we'll see about setting sail. See if we can finally get this waste of space below deck into Waterdeep.
I'm guessing they heard that, right?
Yeah. But they don't really seem to take too much notice of it. The captain gets back on the helm with the rest of the crew. Oh, hang on. There we go. Aha. Yeah, so the rest of the crew get back to their positions and the two ships begin to separate.
Well, that wasn't a bad haul. We got enough food to last us. We shouldn't need to spend much in Waterdeep. We can be in and out of there in a jiffy.
Aye, aye. Well, some of these fancy fruit, though, smell like shite, but the taste alright.
Ah, is that so? Alright. I reckon we got... Well, probably, let's say, about a week before we hit Waterdeep, and we should be good. Do we stay on the trade route, or do we pull off for a little bit?
It's now behind us, right?
That's why I'm asking you, crew, what do you prefer? Do we continue sailing with the winds behind us, or do we pull a bit off course?
I say we're far enough from Luskin, right? Let's just fucking get there and get done.
Yeah.
Alright. If that be the consensus.
Yeah,
we'll
I mean, we're Neverwinter now. Fuck it. We're on the turn to Waterdeep. Yeah, fuck it.
And with that, and everyone in their positions, you continue sailing. After a few days, during the night, who's currently on watch? Who's going to be on night watch? Yeah.
Since I don't really need much sleep and only go in short bursts of trances and have night vision, I'll be up in the crow's nest at night.
Okay.
I'll definitely be asleep.
We know.
Yeah, for that 16-hour chunk of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Booger's asleep. Guaranteed.
So, Sentry Drogue's also, because he doesn't sleep.
I have to have 6 hours of basically just sitting there, like you would
Recharge.
never know that he's alive.
So are you currently in a sentry rest or?
Probably start the night once it's time to rest,
Okay.
and just kind of keep an eye below deck, and then spend the rest of the night up above deck,
Sure.
keeping an eye out.
Well, With it being early night, most of the crew are resting with Tiny up in the crow's nest. And although the night is far from warm, Tiny, you begin to feel the air around you drop noticeably colder. And this sudden chill causes you to shiver involuntarily. You know, with the hairs on the back of your neck begin to rise, and you get a distinct feeling someone is standing behind you. Someone who wasn't there a few seconds ago. A faint whiff of decay washes over you.
Booger, shouldn't you be in bed?
You son of a bitch.
What?
And I guess I just start looking around and looking down below deck to see if I can see anybody down walking on top deck at all.
As you look down from the mast towards the deck, you see stood sort of just in the middle of the ship, in the middle of the top deck, is a man with a slight pale blue light to him. And he's dressed in a sort of old, not so much old, but a sort of bedraggled captain's outfit. And that's really all you can make out from the position you're at the moment.
Well, then I do the only logical thing, and that's start climbing down out of the mast and calling out to him, can I help you?
As you get closer, you realize that this apparition with its ragged clothes and seems to have sort of various wounds across his skin with ghostly maggots just moving through his out of one of the empty eye sockets, and with a ghostly moan, this apparition raises its hand, points towards Tiny, and says, "I need you. You must help me."
What seems to be the issue? What happened?
The apparition doesn't seem to be making any sort of threatening gestures or anything that would, judge it to be hostile. And slowly the ghost begins to open up and begins to speak. "My name." In fact, hang on. We're going to do it. Let's do it properly.
My name is Captain Edwards.
He says, his voice sort of resonating through the air.
I was captain of the Ocean Harvest, a merchant schooner. My ship arrived in the midst of a terrible storm and floundered. My crew abandoned ship, set out in the longboats. A higher authority had sealed our fates, for we found no land. And one by one my crew died of thirst. Rather than suffer, I threw myself overboard and drowned. And since that day I have wandered as a spirit, unable to find peace.
It pauses.
Where was your ship headed? What's the last you remember?
My ship lies a day's sail from here on a shelf 20 fathoms deep. Aid me, and the treasures of my ship carried are yours for the taking. In order to depart whatever fate awaits me, I must have the locket my wife gave me, for without it, I am lost, trapped between existences. I cannot journey beneath the waves, but I can aid you in reaching my ship.
That's pretty fucking deep.
20 fathoms is roughly 120 feet.
20 fathoms. I'm thinking 20 leagues.
Oh
Jesus.
shit!
I'm like, fuck, how the fuck are we gonna get a ship that deep? And that's nothing. We'll just send Frank in there fully armored. He'll be at the bottom in no time.
Just throw Drogue overboard. Yeah.
Yep. It's actually probably the way to do it.
I'll see what we can do for you. You said treasures. What kind of treasures are we talking about here?
Gold. Lots of gold from our trade days. Amongst a few other oddities.
Barbels.
I was going to ask, do you have barbels? Because if you have barbels, my captain will be all over that.
Aye, we may have some barbels.
But you want the amulet, so maybe if I get him some rings and some barbels.
Rings and barbels, maybe, but I need the amulet.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
And with that, the slight fog that had beginning to build on the top deck disperses, along with the image of Captain Edwards.
People are gonna think I'm fucking crazy because I speak with the dead anyways.
I was on the helm. I watched this happen, right?
Say again, sorry?
I was on the helm. I watched this happen, right?
Oh, were you? Then yeah.
Yeah, it was. I watched. I didn't see anything wrong. It's rude to interrupt the dead.
So yes, if you were on the helm, then yes, you definitely saw this happen.
Mitch, did you catch all that?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go look for this ocean harvest, right?
I mean, the dead don't lie, and it's bad luck to leave a spirit living, just wandering the ocean. They turn into bad shit if you leave them long enough.
Yeah, and especially he's already asked us for help. We'd probably be his first fucking target if we didn't do anything.
Exactly. And gold, and baubles, and rings, and an amulet.
What isn't there not to like?
Exactly. Sounds like a free loot, man. Did you see it where? Because I was enthralled by the whole. He's a magic ghost person on the ship.
Yeah, he said a day's sail west of here on the ocean shelf.
So everyone's asleep and they're not awake till like the morning. Did we just change heading now?
Is that a question or a statement? Because I thought we've already turned.
We have absolutely already did.
All right, perfect. They'll find out when they wake up.
So through the night, as you sail, you do hear the occasional voice and the appearance of Captain Edwards as he offers correction to your course. Obviously,
Can I call him Eddie?
You can call him whatever you want. But he does offer, again, the dead, if they have a lingering want from their life, can usually pinpoint their need with supernatural accuracy. So he does manage to occasionally, with a few words and a brief appearance, offer course correction. As morning breaks, and all signs of Captain Edward now dispersed with the morning sun, Barker steps out lazily from the captain's quarters.
Ah, there we go. Good morning, crew. Good morning.
God morning, Captain.
Yeah.
How we looking?
Real good here in about a half a day or so.
Yep.
Marvelous. Marvelous. Well,
Good thing we got those extra provisions.
aye, that is be true. That is true. Nothing worse than be stuck out in the middle of the ocean with no food. You should certainly see us or tide us over till we hit Waterdeep.
Yep, that morning sun beating right on our backside here. That's perfect.
All right.
Like, shut the fuck up.
I'm throwing all these clues, and the captain's still not fucking picking up.
It takes a while. Barker begins to mull around and sees the flag on the top mast flapping. And he sticks a finger in his mouth and holds it to the wind.
Question.
Yeah, Captain. You need to talk.
He pulls his compass out and begins to look over it.
You see, when I went to sleep last night, we were heading east-southeast.
Okay, yep.
Now either the fucking world's flipped upside down, or the ship not be sailing to the east and is now sailing west-southwest.
Nothing's flipped. No. We are absolutely sailing west-southwest. You're correct.
Well done, Captain. Like,
That's a keen sense you have there, Captain.
Aye. So perhaps you'd like to, not asking much, but clue your captain in as to why the fuck we be heading in the opposite direction.
I mean, it's the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's still south is still involved. It's just it's
Aye,
not east. It's west.
No, it's definitely west. It's the
So I
opposite.
said
east.
west.
A funny thing happened, hasn't it?
Go on.
We have this of the supernatural kind.
Of course we fucking did.
He kind of promised us gold and baubles and treasure.
Oh.
I see that you see you perked up already. Look at you.
So hang on. So what you're telling me is some dead man climbed on the side of the ship and said, "Look, there's treasure in that direction," and you thought, "Oh, let's just fucking sail over there, shall we?"
Look, dead men tell no tales, right?
I mean, it depends. How dead are we talking?
Maggots and stink. Smelled like booger after a good long hard day, And he's well dead. He's definitely well dead.
All right. Well, how far? It's not going to cut us too far out of.
It's going to put us a day out.
All right, fine. I can live with that.
For a day, it was cool.
Mm-hmm. All right, so
not feed
go on, say that again.
I'll not feed McCurran for a day because he's an idle prick.
I mean, we're sending him down after the stuff, aren't we?
I was going to use.
I mean, to be honest with you, you saw what McCullen brought back when we asked him to go and raid the warehouse. So I'm not having him go and fetching anything that involves treasure ever again.
So what? We throw Drogue in, and the other 5 of us have rope leads to pull him back out.
Well, look, give me some information to work with.
Like bobber fishing here. Or?
I mean, what have we got?
Information. We have Captain Edwards, who was the captain of a schooner, the Ocean Harvest. Hit by a storm. Ship sunk. Landed out on the ocean shelf. About a day's out from when we first talked. About a half a day from where we're at.
Is that so?
More of a merchant vessel. Full of some gold, some trinkets. He even said he had barbels.
Oh, there's barbels
he's
now.
Really, yeah. That's why we decided
ah.
barbels. We had to turn the ship. We didn't even ask any more questions after that.
So what about rings or amulets?
He's got rings and amulets, but there's one little catch there. The amulet he's after is a locket, a gift from his wife. That's keeping him stuck here. Other than that, everything's ours. No, you can't have the fucking locket, Captain. I see the look on your face. You cannot have that locket.
All right, well, look, how deep are we talking in the ocean?
What do you think? 20 fathoms?
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I could free dive that shit.
Well, I mean, alternatively, what we can do... I mean, what's the anchor? The anchor of the hull, we're looking at about 25, 30 fathoms for the anchor, so perhaps we drop anchor. And that way Drow can get his arse back on board the vessel should shit go south.
I mean, that's the plan, Captain. I mean, that was your plan. That's a wonderful plan.
Thank you. Aye.
The breathless automaton lets out a sigh.
All right, so the other issue is free diving the vessel is going to take a while.
He is, Ed. He is.
All right, we'll see what happens when we get there. We got, what, another half a day before we reach our destination?
Yeah, not quite half, more of half a day, but yeah, you're close.
Perfect.
A little less than half.
Fuck you.
Be rich by the end of the deal.
If only we'd have picked up that ship wizard.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I knew when we were on the ship and you were like, does the captain overhear this? I was like, he wants us to pick up that wizard.
Yeah, but you also heard what Marque said about taking on people you've pirated. There's a good possibility we brought that ship wizard to get us there faster, and then he fucked on us after we grabbed the loot, as did the rest of them.
With the remaining half of the day, you continue onwards towards the location that Captain Edwards pointed you in. And as the sun begins to set alongside Mitch on the helm, the slight haze begins to form around the helm, and the smell of decay assaults his nostrils. And the voice of Edward, Captain Edward, whispers in his ear.
This be the location. Begin hoisting the sails. Starboard.
Good, man. Hoist the sails, starboard side. Get ready to drop the anchor.
I didn't hear a damn thing, but fine. You heard the man, crew. You heard the man.
And with that, we'll take a little toilet break. And call it coffee o'clock. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
So,
Beverage o'clock.
Beverage o'clock. Sounds like a plan to me. So, let's stick that up. And throw that on. Okay. I'll be right back. I'll grab myself some new whiskey. Be right back, chat.
I will return momentarily as well.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be a second.
Yep.
Perfect timing. All my B-dubs just showed up.
There we go. So we can kill off the BRB. There we go. I'm back.
Yay.
Yay.
Welcome back.
Tart. Oh, what are you scoffing?
This.
What's this? Cheers, Jero. Curry.
No, Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's hot wings. Curry.
I mean, looks like curry to me. I'll go back.
What curry? Is it curry wings, is it?
No, just hot.
Have I, Ed? Have I really?
Buffalo sauce.
No, wipe that off. Looks good. I mean, that's not the one you've got,
Salt
but...
and vinegar tater tots? No, not that one, but...
Are we waiting on anyone?
Probably.
I think Scobbs stepped away.
Yeah, we'll give it a few. Welcome back, Sneeze. Welcome back. Oh. So we can leave that one on. That's the next. I think you're so funny, Jero. So funny. Bum, 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 bum.
You tell yourself in the mirror, DJ.
What's that? Oh, Jero.
For
Yeah, funny, humble, and just amazing.
a reflection says.
Mm-hmm. Every morning.
How's that? How's the whiskey?
Good. Good. Oh, bit of fire to it though. They mean the cinnamon one.
Watch out for heartburn, mate.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta watch out for heartburn.
I know.
Drinking Fireball, getting white girl wasted.
I mean, I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. The Fireball. I guess it's just a
Version of what you're drinking.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah, that's basically what I've got now.
Dirt cheap.
Oh,
Awful.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Just get the man some white claws to go with it, and it'll be well away.
Pair of skin tight leggings, thigh high
Some
boots. Yeah, Uggs.
You flirting with me, are you?
What, you going for the Han Solo look?
I am, mate. I am.
You can wash it down with some pumpkin spice latte.
Oh, yes. Count me in. Count me in. Is that everyone? I guess it is.
I think.
Yeah, if you're not here, say so right now.
Yeah. Perfect.
Guess we're good.
As the ship comes to a stop, the anchor's lowered, and the loud clanking of chain eventually stops as it hits the seabed. Marque looks to the crew, offers a nod.
Well, here we go. It's starting to get a bit dark, but you should have enough light to see what you need to. But I think you've only got about an hour.
And just as he speaks, the ghost of Captain Edward makes its appearance.
Can I see it this time?
Everyone sees it this time, and several of the crew, such as Glade and Osric, hold back a gag as the smell of decay just wafts over them all.
Bombs all over himself again. You can't handle the smell of death.
Oh, here we go. Alright, so there is a ghost after all. You there, Captain Edward. I hope you not be embroiling me crew into some form of blood debt or something that's gonna go south.
And the ghost offers a shake of its head.
I would not dream of such. The treasures below are yours for the taking, Captain. All I ask is my locket returned.
Barker frowns and begins to stroke his beard.
We'll see what we can do. No promises because I'm not entirely sure how we're going to be getting down there. Sure, we can swim, but it'll be a long time to stay if things do go south. So, ye of supernatural, surely you can do something to assist. Not all ghosts and spirits can harm, but surely you got something to help. Is that so?
The ghost of Captain Edward looks to the crew. Its single eye scanning across each member before it offers a slight nod.
I can delay the intake of air for 30 minutes, but no more. Oh, perfect. Well, in that case, then, do what you need to do. You alright with that, crew? With some ghost touching you?
While they're doing this, I'm gonna just use my ability to put a light on something. I'm just gonna go into the water.
Okay. You just jump over the side of the ship, straight in.
Yes, that is what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Mitch stood there with the leg throw up like, okay.
Touch me!
New booger wouldn't waste any time.
So, slowly, the ghost begins to maneuver to each member of the crew and places its hand on their shoulder. And each time it does, you feel your breath stop. It's an incredibly chilling feeling to just no longer needing to breathe. Your lungs just seem to freeze.
Me?
Oh yeah, if you want it to. As it begins to move closer to Fallon with an outstretched
I'm good.
hand.
I'm good.
Your Berlin playing softly in the background. Take my breath away.
Yeah. So you're going to step away from it, Fallon?
Yep. I ain't getting in the water either.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the water. Can I cast Crimson Dawn on my crossbow before I jump in?
Yeah.
Not because I'm worried about getting jumped by anything, but it becomes like a 20-foot radius light source.
Yeah.
Mitch isn't bothered. He's got dark vision. He just dives in like a knobhead.
Booger's
I had
blind
dark
as
vision
shit. He
as
just
well, but yeah, those is for the others that can't see so well.
Thank you, Tiny.
yeah, Booger just dives straight in and starts following Drogue down, following his light.
Okay. So, by this point, this takes a few moments, and in the minutes that the Captain Edward begins to stop those breathing, Drogue's already jumped in the water and plummeted the 120 feet down to the depths of the ship. As he hits the ocean floor and looks around, Drogue, you see that there's probably about 4 sharks just circling the wreckage. And due to the fact of your inanimate nature, they don't seem to take much notice of you.
Yeah, I don't smell like food, but okay, taking notice that they're there, and yeah, if I get to do anything before anybody else gets down here, I'm going to try to get towards the ship and see if there's a point of entry.
Yeah, you've got a few minutes to have a look around the ocean floor before the rest of the crew dive into the water.
Basically looking for any gaping holes along the hull here.
So along the main hull, you don't see any openings. It does seem to be that it was from the front of the ship and the top deck that was crumpled when the waves hit it.
It's fine, Drogue. I've got a gaping hole for you.
Alright, then I'm going to wait for others to descend before doing anything because I don't want them to have to guess about where I went. And I've got a light source down here.
So as the others dive in, Drogue, you see the sharks begin to take notice of the movement above. So what we'll do is I will reveal the others as they come in. Now, Fallon, are you diving in as well?
Do I have to?
No, you don't have to.
I'll stay here.
Okay, so you're looking over like the side of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So what we'll do then is I will do that, and you are 120 feet above where all this is.
Alright.
Looking over the side of the ship. So, as I say, it's a little murky, obviously due to the depths of the ocean.
Some murky water.
Murky water right there. Did you like that? I thought that was pretty
Some warm
funny.
water round Booger.
Yeah. So you all begin to make your way down, and eventually you get to see the glow emitted by Drogue and the visage of the wreckage comes into view. It just seems to be a 2-masted schooner that sank due to a storm.
As they all come down and I start to see them appear, I'm going to start gesturing with my hands, like a mouth is like closing and pointing around, so that they try to give them the idea that there might be something in the water.
I give him a thumbs up and a nod before swimming over to the ship.
Okay.
Am I all right to move you?
Yeah, absolutely. As you begin to move close to the ship, one of the sharks takes an interest in Booger and begins to slowly swim towards him.
See this, or everyone see this?
Everyone sees it. I guess Diesel does a sweet FA.
Nah, punch him in the goddamn nose.
Oh, God. Oh, okay,
You
Yeah.
can't reach out and pet him. Try to be a good guy.
No,
So we have to
punch him in
fight.
the fucking-
We only
punch
have
him in
30
the goddamn
minutes.
nose.
We have 30 minutes of the sun breath to get as much shit as possible. And you're wanting to fucking run a roll for initiative and shit.
It's a fucking shark, man.
roll for initiative.
Get out of the water. Get out of the water.
It's 19 for me.
Yep, I changed that. There you go.
Terrible roll for me.
Oh, dear me. So that one... Bloody hell.
Does he get an attack of opportunity?
Oh yeah, Diesel, you get an attack of opportunity against the shark. Oh dear me. Yeah, it definitely hits it. Fucking hell. So as the shark takes a somewhat curious swim towards Booger, it's met with a fist that just plows straight into its nose. In a somewhat moment of disbelief, the shark twirls on itself and pauses.
Give it the finger.
As you give it the finger, it goes straight into initiative order, so over to you.
I mean, so this is our first underwater experience. Is it just like a normal fight?
It's just like a normal encounter, due to the fact that you've got the sea dog. Go on.
Rugged sailor.
Rugged sailor feat. You basically can. Your swim speed's equal to your move speed. And you can hold your breath for an additional 5 minutes beyond the standard rules.
Okay. Do we swing weapons normally? Like.
Yeah. It's all as normal.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna plant my fucking axe right between this motherfucker's eyes. No, I'm not. I'm not.
No, you're not.
No, I'm really not.
I'm twirling in the water.
Yeah. As the axe comes down due to the unstable nature of fighting in the ocean, you completely whiff it, and the shark in return spins its tail around and slaps you squarely in the face.
Motherfucker, I'm glad I punched you now.
Take 2 damage.
One shark bitch slap.
And once again, Booger takes a meaty slap to the face.
It's not often he gets tailed to the face, so.
Don't say I didn't give you a way out of this encounter as well.
Dang, man. Booger does as Booger does. You know that.
You didn't give us a way out of this encounter. The moment that shark decided to swim up to Burger, you were guaranteeing this fucking encounter.
Look, he was the one who was like the furthest ahead.
You
The shark would just go and investigate. Any further actions, Booger?
No.
No.
Oh, wait,
Bro.
hold on. I get another attack.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to level 5.
Yeah. It's enough.
Hey.
Nice. There we go. Oh, what have I applied that to? Fuck knows, but not what I should have done. Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. There we go.
Wait, did you follow up your fucking 1 with a 2? Did.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
So good.
Drogue,
Get
over
him
to
out of the
you.
way for when the big one comes.
Do I see any of the other sharks? Like,
You see them, yes. You do see them. But at the
they seem to be
moment,
responding to this? Or...
no, at the moment they don't seem to be. In fact, sorry, that one's. I did put damage on the wrong one. They don't seem to be responding to this scuffle at the moment.
Okay. I don't know. The shark hasn't like latched onto anybody or tried to attack them yet. Really?
Nope. No. It's been punched in the face, stabbed, well, slashed with his with Booger's battle axe, and in retaliation, it just twirled around and gave him a cheeky fish slap in the chops.
Okay. I'm going to basically make ready that if another thing comes to join the fray, I will firebolt it. That's what I'm gonna try to do. Just see, give this thing a chance to like decide to fuck off or whatever.
Okay.
Wait, underwater will firebolt work?
Oh, it's a magic thing. So, man, who knows? If I have to do more, then I will Searing Ray because it's like lasers.
There is that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Not sorry, Frank. To you.
Well then.
Should stab it.
Yeah, just gonna stick my sword at it. Because we're already in a fight.
Yeah, it's enough. 9. There we go.
There's more where that came from.
Go for it. Oof. Yeah, and another stab into the shark. The blood from the fish now begins to slowly seep out into the surrounding water.
Mm-hmm. Send the others into a blood fucking frenzy.
Wow. At the moment, Fallon's, as I say, above the ocean. You don't see anything immediately due to the fact that they're a little below you.
Now, if I swim up like 20 feet, that crossbow she has a 100-foot range. Can she?
The minimum range is 100. I believe it goes up to 400 feet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Crossbow.
Minimum's 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go fucking fishing with a bow and arrow.
Pin all the sharks to the deck. Job's a good one.
Yeah. The heavy crossbow's got a 400-foot range.
Jesus.
Anything over 100 and you're at a disadvantage due to the thing, but it's the heavy crossbow's a fucking beast.
Oh, disadvantage. So she's gonna get a 19 instead of a 20. God forbid.
Any further actions, Frank?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. So, oh, sorry. No. Oh, wrong button. Fucking got rid of it accidentally. I'm just yeah, there we go. Nope, still the wrong one. Hang. Fuck it.
Fucking bugger and rolling 20s. Jeez.
I know. The shark, having been wounded, lashes out towards Booger, with him being the one that has caused its initial bit of grief and pain. But due to the amount of blood in the ocean and the fish's confusion, it doesn't manage to strike him.
First time ever.
I'm not even going to need to reroll a yeah. But what that does is, with blood in the water, the other sharks begin to take notice and turn their attention to the splattering of red.
Good, maybe they'll take care of the shark for us.
Tiny, over to you.
All right. Well, seeing all this going on, fuck off the other sharks because they may jump in and help us because, blood. I'm going to aim at the shark that's currently biting on everyone else because somebody punched it in the face. Fire off a bolt.
21s is certainly enough. As the bolt goes through the water, it punctures into the side of the shark. Oh, I forgot you had that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I pre-did that. Not that I was expecting to fucking attack anything, but...
And even more blood now begins to pour into the surrounding water.
Wonderful. Let's make it even more. As I take my second attack.
What happens to the fish?
Oh, well, I guess I didn't need that. It just fucking slowly starts, takes one to the head and starts slowly rising up in the water. Floating towards the top.
Okay. And with that, the other sharks begin to move in and circle. The rest of the crew around the blooded shark. Mitch, any
I still
actions?
have another attack.
Say again, sorry?
I said I still have another attack.
Oh, you do?
I have my bonus action.
Oh, go for it if you want to.
Well, yeah, if they're gonna come in, I'm gonna.
Well, they came in, but they haven't attacked yet.
Can I hold my bonus action?
No, only
No, it's just
It's the main actions, right?
Yeah.
A reaction's the same as an action, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fuck it. I'll let it go with that and see if they attack. See what happens.
Okay.
Done.
Mitch.
Mitch, seeing this other shark die and another shark come hurtling towards him, freaks out and automatically attacks the. Fuck this shit. So he's gonna attack the shark. That hit?
Yes.
He's busy dying. Hold on.
Okay. So let me put that up. There we go. Dear me.
He hits him twice.
What's saying?
I hit him twice with the
Yeah,
axe.
absolutely. So the first swing comes in and carves a chunk out of the shark. The second takes another chunk out of the creature.
Strike.
Oh god, yeah. Fucking hell.
And hit him with a stunning strike.
So
because fuck this shark.
The shark is not stunned.
My punches just slow down the water.
Yeah. He got a crit there. Any further actions? Take it easy, Jero. See you later, buddy.
No, I'm good.
Okay. The shark in the rear just begins to swim in to investigate Tiny. And at the moment, that's all it really does. That shark would now be at 60 feet. By this point, Fallon, you can see the shadow of something rising to the surface.
I don't know what it is though, do I?
It's just like a black, murky shadow at the moment.
Okay.
So if there's anything you want to do, you're welcome to. Or you can stay and wait for it to pop up.
I'm just readying.
Okay. Booger, over to you.
Well, I felt like we're committed at this point.
Fuck's sake.
So,
why did I lose all vision?
Yeah, Shane?
So, just jump off and then jump back on.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, everything went black.
Oh, okay.
so I'm gonna get next to this shark that's Mitch is attacking.
Yeah, I'll move that out of the way a minute just so with it floating up.
Yeah.
It's a floater.
And we're gonna work on it. We're gonna
Okay.
carve up some tuna fish.
Yeah, certainly you go in hard. Which, again, just another cloud of red water begins to flow from the creature.
And again.
16 damage, fucking hell. What happens to the shark?
Slice open its underbelly.
Yeah.
The axe.
And with that, that one now also begins to slowly float to the surface. Dead. As dead can be.
And I point to Mitch, or I point to my chest where a locket would be, and then I point to the ship, and then I point to Mitch.
I give a thumbs up.
Yeah, what's saying?
I give a thumbs up.
Okay. And with that, Frank, over to you. So at the minute, the two aggressive sharks are now dead.
Quote, aggressive.
The two sharks that came to investigate are now dead and are floating to the surface. The other two sharks are just investigating at the moment.
Well, I'm not going to start an unnecessary fight, because who would do something silly like that?
You fucking pussy.
Some paladin, you though.
So you're leaving them to its devices, are you?
I'm going to swim up to the ship a bit further
Okay.
and start searching for the old
Yeah, lock it.
locket.
Okay, we'll do. I'll take it to the end of combat. Tiny, what are you up to? In fact, did I miss
So-
Drogue?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, Drogue.
I've just been looking to make sure that nothing's coming and trying to eat people. So that's pretty much what I've been doing.
No, you're
but
gonna,
I'll-
okay.
If it seems like people are making their way into the ship, then I'll join them.
Okay. Go for it.
Like, is it that about where the breach is?
Yeah, so you got it at the front and then just underneath the platform. So just a little bit of around there seems to be where some of the holes into the deck is. Also, the grating that would normally be in the center of the ship's also broken free as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking for these secondary points of entry.
Yes, so
'cause,
yeah, there's multiple breaches in the front of the ship that allows you access down.
Yeah, that's where I'd be trying to get in.
Okay. Tiny.
All right, I'm going to start making my way downtown, back towards the captain's quarters area to try to look for the locket. And as I get up to the ship, I send a reminder Mitch's way to keep his fucking hands to himself.
I give him the finger.
After he gives me the finger, I aim my crossbow at that finger. I'm guessing that probably misses, right?
Yeah, that's is got an AC of 15.
I use a key point and throw it back. Because fuck you.
Okay, so the second one is definitely going to hit.
So deflected missiles. Are you spending a key point on that?
Do you have any key points left?
Yeah, I've got 4.
So let's have a look then.
This is what we've devolved into.
So the damage would what be
50.
in
Take
fact
2 damage.
yeah. So as the bolt hits Mitch's finger, it flashes in a white light.
Innsbruck and drop it like dickhead.
And as a bonus action, I won't fire again. I'll just look at him and shrug like.
And with that, the sharks, one hits about 90 feet, and now you followed with this large shark shape. You see the water beginning to turn red, Fallon, and then a second shadow begins to follow up behind the one coming to the surface.
Only seeing blood?
You see blood, yes.
I don't see what it is though.
You start to see that it's a shark.
Okay. So I'm just assuming they're fishing down there now.
Yeah.
She's not getting in the water. She's just going to look.
Yeah. The other sharks begin to chase
Corpses.
the corpses up.
All according to plan.
Mitch.
Well, I see Tiny headed to the captain's quarter. I was burnt by his arrow, so I'm like, fuck this asshole. And I headed to the lower deck in the middle.
Okay. And with that, what I'm going to do is, since you're all heading below deck, let me just get that shark out of the way. Let me move you all just below deck. So using the various routes, you all do manage to head below deck now. I'll move. I'll keep Fallon there for the moment, so she can overlook the ship. Can you see into the bottom deck from where you are, Alex?
No.
Not at all. Can you see where they are? If you scroll your camera down.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so at least you can see what's going on. Okay. With the sharks gone, that pretty much would end would end that combat. Okay. So, as Edward stated, the wreck of his ship was hit by a storm, which is, pretty much apparent when you begin to make your way into the lower decks. The ship did suffer pretty badly. The bow shattered, timbers dispersed over a wide area, and it's pretty much just mostly the stern and the midsection that's left. There's various rusty cannonballs and cannons sat in the bottom of the ship. It doesn't seem to be a multi-deck ship, and stuffed between the cannons there's various crates and barrels. Excuse me. Excuse me. Say that again, sorry?
Are they labelled?
Are they... You're breaking up a bit there, mate.
Sorry. Are they labelled?
Labelled?
Yeah, is there any symbols on them, like cannonballs or textiles and stuff like that?
No. This, due to the fact that this ship seems to have been underwater for quite a while. There's a lot of algae, seaweeds, and various other barnacles and corals that have attached themselves to the ship. So it's certainly been there a while. So you know the name of the ship. Nothing seems to be legible anywhere. What's the plan now that you're in there?
I mean, it seems to be a lot of cargo boxes and barrels, right?
Yes.
I start cracking heads with.
There are also, as you begin to maneuver around the ship, you see lots of evidence along the wall of chains and manacles. And as you begin to delve through the crates that have, and the barrels that have been whipped around the hull of the ship, you do start to notice a few drowned bodies.
I try my best not to disturb them.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
It's hard. I'm underwater.
It is, and as you begin to sift through and open crates, inevitably, several bodies are nudged. And as you begin to go round the vessel, you seem to count round about 30 corpses in total.
I look around the rest of the crew and just give them a look around sort of look, sort of his kind of dodgy sort of look.
Anyone else doing anything at the minute?
Just looking for. Yeah, I'm kind of doing what Mitch is doing, looking
Yeah.
for things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for the locket that the captain had spoke of.
Okay. Much of the furnishings remain in the captain's quarters, and most things, it seems to, with it being at the back of the ship, it's suffered the least amount of damage. There is one corpse that's slumped near a chest, and the clothing on the man seemed to be that of either a first mate or one of the ship's officers.
Does he happen to look dressed the same as the ghostly captain that we saw?
No, he's not dressed the same.
Oh, that's right, because the captain actually made it off the ship. Do I see any kind of chest, jewelry boxes, anything of that nature that may hold this locket?
Yeah, the first mate is slumped next to the sort of the captain's chest.
Well, let's open that chest and see what's inside.
So as you pop open the chest, there seems to be a pouch, quite a hefty pouch at that, containing, again, an amount of gold. There just seem to be a few other books and papers, but obviously the passage of time and the waters ruined them. There's another sort of waterproofed document flask, which is sealed. And then last but not least, sitting at the bottom of this chest is a small silver locket.
Not going to open it to possibly destroy anything that may be inside the locket. I grab the locket, throw it in my pocket, as well as grabbing the coin and the sealed document container. Anything that's going to be of value. Any of the paper goods, anything like that, can just lay where they were.
Sure. As for Booger and Mitch, while you guys are ripping open the barrels, the vast majority of the goods in them, again, seem to have been damaged through just being submerged for so long. Frank and Drogue, what are you two up to?
Well, The scene kind of says it all, and probably these barrels are gonna be like foodstuffs and basic shit like that if they're in barrels. Gonna see if there's anything that stands out as like maybe having something a bit more valuable, or like because if they were transporting people, they might be also smuggling something. So I'm just trying to look for places where things might be stashed away.
Roll me in a quick investigation check. Okay, as you begin to search through the front of the ship, there does seem to be an armoured cage. But again, the lock itself seems to have rusted with age, but inside there is a crate that's, while waterlogged, seems to be untouched by the rest of the damage wrought by the ocean.
Okay, I'm going to move my light source around to try to catch somebody's attention. So, to flag them down, basically.
Time to scorching ray that lock off. Wow.
Any takers?
Yeah, I'm not actively searching anything at the moment, so I see the flickering light because it's dark as balls down here, and I can't see in the dark.
Okay, so Frank will move over to Drogue.
And I'm going to point at the lock and, kind of gesture inside where there's the stuff.
I'm going in there.
So as Frank approaches the lock, again, it's quite a large lock, but it has rusted substantially so. Are you going to try and break it?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Okay, just roll me a quick strength check.
Shield bash.
Oh,
exactly.
sure, yeah.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit him with my shield.
You're gonna pull a Captain America on that.
Yeah, man. I'm strength check. Yeah.
Strength check, please, buddy. With a quick strike of the shield, the lock just snaps, allowing the cage to be opened.
Alright, so it's my intention to try to retrieve the box, and if it's super heavy, I'll trip. If he's right there, I'll just try to gesture to him, let him know, need assistance.
It is indeed quite a hefty box, and the muffled clanking of metal, of weapons, seems to ring out as it's hauled through the opening of the cage.
Fuck yeah.
So between the two of us, we can shift that box?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Between the two of you could both easily move. One person would be able to move with it, but you wouldn't be able to swim. Two people swimming still might be rough, but from where you are at the minute, you can easily move it through the ship.
All right, so I'll probably do that, get it to someplace that's exposed to the outside, and I don't know, if we get that there, I'll climb the anchor, try to climb the anchor back up, and drop a rope down so it can be hauled aboard or something.
Smart.
Okay. What's the plan?
I found nothing in these barrels yet.
Nothing in the barrels. Everything that was in there was things like such as food or, in fact, roll me a quick investigation check.
Do you want me to do the same? Well, I can't
Yeah.
see shit anyway. Doesn't matter.
You can have a feel around. You managed to find yourself roughly. Hang on. Oh, you found yourself 4 bottles of rum while fertling through the barrels, but a lot of the other stuff seems to be foods and textiles and etc. Stuff that has, over time succumbed to the ocean.
So I store the bottles of rum in the satchel in my waist, and before I head up, I I sit myself in a prayer position and pray for the lost souls on the ship.
Okay.
And once I'm done, I head off back up top
Okay.
to help, because it looks like Frank and Drogue have found something shiny or expensive.
Yeah. What are you up to, Tiny?
Can smell it.
Just make my way back out to the middle of the ship, ready to head up.
Okay.
Reach into my pocket and pull out the locket and
Mhm.
kind of hang it there for both Booger and Mitch to see, since they're the closest ones by. And slide it back into my pouch for safekeeping.
Okay.
And get ready to depart.
So, as the weapons crate is dragged, or somewhat semi-dragged, semi-hauled through the center of the ship, Frank and Drogue managed to get it onto the top deck. Followed by, who was helping Mitch, was it?
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah. So, Mitch, Frank, Drogue managed to get the crate of what you believe to be weapons of some sort onto the top deck, leaving Booger and Tiny below deck. And as they begin to swim out, the moment Tiny leaves the lower deck and crosses the threshold from the lower deck to the top deck, the amulet in his pocket vibrates once or twice. Just a small, subtle vibration.
Ooh, glad I put it there.
And with that, Tiny and Booger begin to hear the muffled sound of barrels being pushed aside as a few of the corpses. Let me move these out to so let's have a look. So those three are out at the minute. So let me move you guys over there.
So we'd be up top too if we exited the opening when that happened, right?
Yeah. So I'll put you there. Okay. And slowly, some of the barrels begin to float out of the central area. And ones that were previously held down by the weight of the corpses on them. Followed by a hand, and then two, and then three.
Marvelous.
It's still only two of them, 3 hands, and that's 2 people. We're good.
Roll me initiative again, gentlemen.
Ooh. Fuck.
Got 20.
You got what?
I got 17 there, plus 9.
Holy shit. How?
Plus 9 what?
No,
Has
I
it
don't.
fixed itself?
I think it's fixed itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have, because the maximum you could get would be 19. So yeah, it must have
Yeah.
fixed itself.
It still says minus 10.
Yeah.
It's no, yours coming up as a -1.
I see it's minus
See,
10 on my screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's minus 10 on
-1 plus 0 is what I'm seeing. He rolled an 18 -1, so got 17.
Okay. So with these, in fact, what we'll do, bring these two up so that you can see the hands beginning to claw their way up. Then that. And move him to that. There we go. Mitch.
I see the hands come over the lip and immediately try and cut it off. So I swim over and try and fucking smash it back to whence he came.
As you get close to the creature, you immediately recognize this to be a drowner. Yes, the creatures of the dead that have basically been there for quite some time. What's that then? Okay, so you're going to try and lop its hand off. As the axe comes down, it finds nothing but wood as the hand slides slightly to the left and the second one grasps as it begins to pull itself up.
Try that again.
This time it certainly does hit. One of the hands is immediately severed.
I'll try and kick myself away from it. Oh, shit.
Okay. So what are you doing with this, sorry? What's the intention?
I'm gonna stun and strike it.
Okay.
Spend a key point. DC 13 Constitution save.
Oh. As the blow comes down on the skull of the drowner, you hear a muffled crack. And the zombie for a moment just seems to stay there, motionless.
And it is stunned till the end of my next turn.
Oh, bless you. Tiny.
Well, I'm gonna go get myself in a little better position up here, you know, away from shit.
Uh-huh.
And this one's already engaged. We'll go for that. Take my crossbow out and take a shot at it. And I critically fucking miss.
Luca, do me a favor. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Son of a bitch.
That would be Mitch.
Oh, is it the one
He's
you...
in front of
Okay.
that
Oh, is it that one you shoot him? Okay.
Yeah,
Mitch?
the one that's currently engaged.
Right, okay. Mitch, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Get fucked.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah.
You managed to avoid the bolt. Due to the water, the bolt changes course slightly as it comes towards the drowner and veers to the right, narrowly avoiding Mitch. Hey, Remortis. How you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Well, since I missed both my targets that time around, I will go ahead and try again.
Okay.
Fuck me, what the fuck? I fucking hate these fucking rolls.
A 10's actually enough. The bolt flies through
It's
and...
two.
Yes, sir?
I said yeah, but it was only
Oh, yeah, you rolled.
two.
Yeah, it was. But it's still enough to hit the drowner. They are quite slow zombies. Oof.
It's a good hit.
It is a very good hit. So by this point, you've roughly spent about 20 or so minutes in the water due to rummaging through the lower deck. And as the bolt hits the drowner, it erupts in a flash of white light, searing it even more.
And then just for funsies, my bonus action, I'll take my other crossbow.
Bitch crossbow.
I've been on damn shit for the last few months. Oh, mate, I've been good. I've been good otherwise, in spite of, obviously, COVID. But yeah, we're enjoying a little bit of D&D. Oh, bless you, sir. So the next bolt just plows in. Oh, wrong one. Okay.
And that would be me done.
Marvelous. They've been down there for, say, about 20 minutes, Fallon. So if there is anything you want to do, just let me know.
Yeah.
At the minute, you know, in fact, the sharks would probably just be gone. All you saw from the ocean surface is 2 dead sharks just float there, and then immediately after, another 2 sharks just began to jump in and chow down on the bodies of their dead companions before eventually, after sort of 10-15 minutes, just moving off.
Okay.
She doesn't care, man. She's not getting in the fucking water.
Definitely not getting in the water.
Drogue, over to you.
Alright, so 2 of these things have come up out of the hold so far?
2 are starting to make their way out of the hold, yes.
Can we see
First
any
time
more
on a
of them
ship.
shuffling
Hey,
down there?
man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that might be a little out of sight because of the angle and all that.
What's that again, sorry?
Oh, just, you know, like if it appears to just be 2 of them, then...
So the other one's below deck at the minute. You've got... In fact, let me... You would see this one, actually, because he's directly below you. There we go. Just put it there. You would see that one below you, from where you are.
Do these look similar to the things from this cliffside encounter?
Yes, the first 2 certainly do. The one directly below you seems to be a little more deformed than the rest.
Okay. No, I'm gonna use my focusing rod and try to blast him. So, not really sure how this one's gonna work.
Honestly, I've done a quick check. Due to the fact that things like Fireball and Fireball are magical spells, they still actually work underwater. While the burning effect may not, if there is anything that continues burning over time, the initial impact does.
Alright, so I've nominated 1 target.
Yeah.
But I'm going to direct the beam, so it's going to be
just
1 to each.
Yeah. It's enough.
So the first one will take 7.
Okay. So
It's going to probably tell me to... I'm going to turn off the consume spell slot and just cast it 2 more times. 'Cause that way it generates the damage.
Yep, correct. So with an outstretched hand and the slight whirring, suddenly a red flash is emitted from Drogue's hand, and a scorching ray is emitted into the first of the drowners, incinerating part of its flesh and causing a hell of a lot of steam and hot water. From above, you, Fallon, would easily see this flash of red and this red line just cut through the ocean.
Yeah, it's going to split like 3 different ways, like a refracting beam and just blast. I'm going to add my 1d8 from my arcane firearm to the one in the middle.
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure is the one that was below.
Yes. So as this red beam just carved through all 3 of them, you sort of focus it momentarily on the central one.
Yeah, for
allowing it to burn a bit.
7 damage to each of them total.
There we go. Nothing if not consistent. There we go.
But I'm going to start gesturing up after doing that and try to like we got to deal with this, but I'm starting to gesture up like, we need to go kind of way, because from what I remember, these things just keep coming and there were a lot of bodies down there. And that'll be me.
Okay, Frank.
I'm going to move in front of this one next to Mitch.
Yep. So that one's currently on the edge. The other one's like below you by about 20 feet.
That's what I thought. And where is it?
Cool, that definitely hits.
Get old, reliable out.
Yeah. So you manage to stab the longsword into the back of the creature as it begins to pull itself onto the top deck.
These are a lot stronger than the last ones we fought.
Mm-hmm. They certainly are. They've
How long they've been here?
Correct, yes. That's also a hit. So with the second swing of the longsword, you once again begin to cut even more parts off the zombie. It ends up losing a leg as it hoists itself onto the deck. And the leg just drops slowly into the hole below.
Okay, that'll do.
Okay.
And because I've got a sort of bones here, I'm going to tap Mitch on the shoulder and point upwards.
So
I give him a little thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
The somewhat slimmer looking drowner, dressed in what appears to be possibly cook's rags, or one of the kitchen staff, with a rusted knife in its hand, just begins to skitter quickly up one of the beams. And with a quick flash of its blade, the first one reaches out towards Frank. The weapon doesn't connect, but it continues with its thrust out towards Drogue as well, which this one also just misses the Warforged by an inch. Oof.
It attacks the two most heavily armoured people.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, he did. From down below, another one of the drowners begins to claw out from the back of the ship and makes its way onto the deck. And that's really all it can do. The next one.
Is
Say again, sorry?
stunned.
Is very much stunned. It's still just trying to get its bearings, having crawled onto the top of the deck and been rattled, missing a leg and a hand. It just flails there for a moment. And then, unexpectedly, from the captain's quarters, the first mate that was seen earlier barges through the door onto the deck of the ship. It takes a moment to survey the crew before pointing out its bloated, bony finger towards Tiny. And you hear an echo of a voice in your mind. Just for a brief moment.
The
All of us are just,
Oh, so go on.
all of us are just Tiny.
All of you, everyone hears it, but while it's just stood there, it's pointing at Tiny.
The captain left us to die. He must stay cursed for eternity along with us. Hand over the amulet.
And it will take a few steps towards Booger. And then, last but not least, the drowner next to Booger will lash out towards him with its rusted sword. And it does indeed, this time, manage to hit, only causing a few points of damage. Booger, can you just roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Booger loves his festering wounds.
You know that the swords carried by these undead are usually absolutely riddled with disease, but you're aware that this cut was only superficial, and therefore you shouldn't be affected by it. What's it going to be, Booger? What are you doing? Over to you.
Well, remembering the flood of drowners that we experienced previously, Booger's gonna gesture to everybody again to start swimming toward the top, toward the ship, and I'm gonna attempt to disengage.
Okay.
And kick off from the deck in front of this drowner.
Okie dokie. So basically, action will be to disengage, so there's no attacks of opportunity. And what, you're going to move up?
I'm going to move back and then up, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, in the so however many feet you want to go up, just, you know, if you sort of right click on your thingy, you got the little 0. Or I'll do it for you if you want. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's 25, so you would have to probably move yourself to there. So 5 feet across, 25 feet up.
I get 40 movement.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah.
You got plus 10 at level 5, right?
Yup.
Well, I didn't know that.
Fast as fuck, boy!
Okay. So, any bonus actions? It's actually wussing out, Ed.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Mitch.
Before moving off, I think I hit the drowner in front of me.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I think I'll just keep fighting. Fuck them.
Yeah, you managed to cleave your battle axe. What happens to the undead?
From collarbone to pelvis, I cleave it in half, and it just kind of floats there and drifts off.
These things don't so much float due to the waterlogged nature. It stays there momentarily before the weight pulls it down into the bottom of the ship in 2 halves.
And from there, I just kick off straight up 35 foot.
Okay. So, do you want me to add that to you?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Tiny?
Alright, so we still have this weapons chest, right?
Yes. Well, it's
Alright,
on...
so-
yeah, Drogue's currently...
It's on the deck of the ship.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
So what I'm going to do is move up my 35 feet towards all of them. I'm going to point back at Drogue and Frank. Just point at them and point at the chest. With my other hand, I'm going to reach down into the pouch and pull out that locket and hold it straight out in front of me, in front of the first mate, keeping my crossbow to my side.
Okay.
more as a peace offering and not take any attacks this round, to try to calm them, as it were, and give them the thing they desire most, and that's keeping the captain. Because we know at this point the captain was lying due to, there was definitely not boatloads of men. If all his men died on the ship, they all went down with the ship. He got away and died on his own. That's at least what Tiny's taken out of it.
Well done. And with that, the first mate does indeed step forward. The rest of the drowners cease momentarily in their pursuit. And the first mate looks towards Tiny, looks towards the amulet, and extends a hand. Palm up underneath the amulet. And remains there motionless.
I take it and gently lay it in the palm of his hand, allowing the chain to kind of flap down between two of his fingers. That way he's kind of got a bit of a grip even in an open palm on it.
And with that, the rotten, bloated palm closes around the amulet. And with a nod, it turns its back to Tiny, and the rest of the drowners also do the same. And slowly turn around and begin to crawl back below deck, showing no more hostile intent.
Tiny breaks out and does a little bit of the Cabbage Patch on the top deck.
So, with the rest of the drowners now seemingly not posing a threat, and all of them returning to their positions, you're left on top of the deck of the Ocean Harvest. Roughly, I would say another 6-7 minutes left before the effects of the spell wear off.
And then we have an additional 5 or so as rugged sailors, right? So we still have 10 to 15 minutes.
That's on top of like your normal 5 minutes of holding your breath anyway. It depends on your constitution. So you've easily got at least 10 minutes of breath. Unless you're Drogue.
Yeah, so then I'm going to go over and help these two. Since the other two are already swimming towards the surface, I'm going to help them try to get this crate back topside.
So for those, is anyone else wanted to help in this now the threat's over?
Nah, I pointed my nose to the fucking sky and
Got
straight
out
up.
Jack bastards.
Booger, are you heading straight up as well?
I can't see shit. I don't have dark vision. I'm
Okay.
fucking just swimming, assuming that battles, people are gonna follow.
You do see Drogue, because he's still got his illuminated object around him.
Yeah, and my weapon's got a ball of light
up to you.
encompassing me 20 feet all the way around.
Okay, well, if I can see him
Yeah, you
and I
can.
see what happened, then I'll go and swim down and help him with the chest.
Okay. So, you four, can I have a strength check from each of you, please? Those who are carrying the chest, apart from that Jack bastard. Oh yeah, smashed it. With the combined strength of all of you, you managed to, not only hoist the chest up, but you also managed to take Drogue along with you to the surface.
Stunk like a bull.
That is, yeah. That's a fucking... a lot of...
Second time, Drogue. That's the second time. Pulling your ass up out of the water.
And you managed to do it just under enough time. You do feel the effects of the spell wear off halfway up to the surface. and immediately your lungs seem to be screaming at you for oxygen. But through tenacity, training, and a life out at sea for so many years, you manage to overcome and eventually break the water and surface once again. Barker's leaning over the side next to Fallon.
Oh, there you are. I thought you were all dead. Obviously not.
Obviously, Captain. Obviously.
All right, Fallon, do us a favor. Throw some ropes out to them. Haul them back to the vessel.
Yes, Captain.
Do you have sandwiches ready?
Not for you.
Oh, I can see you'll be working the plank later.
Giggity.
Wow. Oh, that fucking went down the wrong goal as well.
Giggity again.
Yeah. And so, having made it back on board with a pouch of gold, which contains about 700 Go on.
My pouch of gold that nobody knows about yet.
Your pouch of gold contains 760 gold coins. It was quite a haul. It wasn't a small...
You can't hide a massive pouch of gold.
Yeah, it's not a massive pouch of gold you're seeing, son.
I ain't got a massive pouch. He's a fucking elf.
Obviously, the other thing that you acquired was the waterproof documents flask. And with it now being nighttime, in fact, saying that, it is nighttime as well now. Due to the fact that you first pulled anchor up as the sun was beginning to set. So, having spent time to get the box of what you believe to be weapons on board, night has finally fell.
Captain, we got a bit of a problem as well.
Oh, is that so? Well, why can't you ever get on board my ship and say, you know what, Captain, that was a good haul. There was no problems. We did all the things and it was all fine and dandy. Why do you always have to... Go on.
We did all the things. We recovered everything that we needed to. Except the recovery of the locket, I then turned over. We don't have the locket for the captain. The other captain's a lying piece of shit, so...
Wonder what that feels like.
We'll take everything else we need, but that locket still lays in the depths.
As you're saying this, the usual telltale sign of a slight haze begins to envelop the front of the ship, and the ghostly form of Captain Edward materializes and rushes up to you. And he stands and looks at Tiny and Captain Barker.
Where is my locket? I demand...
Punches him in the fucking nose.
Yeah?
Mitch plants right in his fucking back because he hates fucking lies.
Both the fist and the axe just pass straight through the apparition.
Hold on.
I have a question for you. If you're looking for the locket, where are the longboats with all the crew members that got away that you told me about?
Look. Yes, I admit that my cargo died and the ship floundered. This curse was brought onto me by those who drowned. But please, I ask you to hand me the locket. End this existence.
Well, I did you one better. You see, I got your locket. It's safe. It's in the hand of the first mate you let drown on that ship. If you would so kindly grab it from him, then you should be fine. So at least you know where it's at now.
A look of horror crosses over the face of the ghostly Captain Edward. And no words come out of his mouth for a moment before he states,
But I cannot touch these things. You have assigned me damnation for all eternity. You... Fine. So be it. And I...
Just to be clear, you have signed yourself this damnation, leaving everybody aboard that ship but yourself.
I vow revenge upon you in my next life. I
Fucking
swear
take a
it.
number. Get in line.
and with that, Captain Edward steps back and fades from your view. Obviously, his ghostly curse unable to allow him any sort of revenge immediately. His ghostly form and the curse basically seems to have made him forever a wandering spirit.
I'm disappointed in you, Solution.
You're saying?
I'm disappointed in you.
Why?
You didn't let me punch him in the nose. He obviously
Nope.
has some physical being. We smelled him and he touched us.
He cast his ghostly essence on you to stop your lungs.
Yeah.
And the smell of decay is emitted in the presence of a ghost.
But much more importantly, what's in the box?
What is in the box?
What's in the box?
If we open this box and it's nothing but fucking shackles and shit for more prisoners, I'm pushing our captain overboard to stay with that fucking captain. We just got ourselves a ship.
Rock, paper, scissors for you, Captain.
As the crew, it's fucking hell. As the crew begin to get crowbars out and begin to smash open. In fact, who's opening the box?
Are they
I'll
touching
do
it? It's our box.
I'll open it.
You'll open it. Okay. Roll me a quick strength check.
Natural one.
Fuck my asshole.
I mean, the wood's been underwater so long,
yeah.
anything above a 1's gonna... No.
Yeah. Bear with me.
You smashed everything inside.
Check
You
DMs.
barely smashed the box, let alone smashed everything inside.
Yep. I throw the lid open and I see nothing but rusted manacles. What the fuck is this? Mitch! Mitch! You did this! And I grab the manacles and just fucking shake them at Mitch.
Cut the manacles in half because I'm that annoyed.
Bear in mind, this is a large box, and as you begin to throw out the various manacles used for the slaves, you see something underneath, covered in an old, water-riddled cloth.
Fucking rip that shit out too. The cloth, anyway.
What's that? What's that? Hey, what's that?
Now reach down and grab it.
It does require two hands, as it seems to be a bundle of weapons tied together, dug or stuck deep under all these manacles.
Broken here somewhere.
In spite of them being in the water for quite a while, it doesn't seem like the effects have been underwater for so many years has done any damage to them whatsoever. As for what they are,
you're saved. You're saved.
As for what they are, I do need to go over some of the details, probably off stream for them. But it appears to be roughly. What did I write down initially? Because I need to change it slightly. But it does appear to be roughly 3 weapons and several pieces of what seem to be enchanted plates or runes. Normally used in strengthening of armors. But again, at the moment, you're not entirely sure what exactly they are. But due to the fact of it being hidden or smuggled, perhaps, beneath manacles, the reward seems to be worth it.
We're going to spend the rest of the night smashing the rest of the rusted manacles, just because fuck these manacles.
Oh, Captain, I also seem to, looks like I pulled out an extra 400 gold, too, in one of the sacks.
Oh, is that so? Well, in that case, keep 200 for yourselves. Spread it between you. And the other 200 will go towards the cost of the harlot's virtues running. Aye, aye.
Do I see how shady fucking Tiny's been?
Romeo, yeah. What would it be?
Also, the captain cannot do math.
Nope.
Yeah, I said 400. I said 200 split amongst us and 200 going to the ship. That's 400.
Uh-huh. Seems fair to me. Seems fair to me.
Would you like me to roll?
Yeah. Go for either investigation if you're studying him, and Tiny, roll me a sleight of hand check.
It better be a fucking good one.
Oh. While you are very good at concealing shit, Mitch does notice something is amiss.
Oh yeah, I calls you up beside him and be like, yeah. So,
You don't even have to say it. We'll talk later.
Cheers, mate. I don't wonder if. Well, I handed him my bottle of rum that I nicked from the bottom of the ship and be like, yeah, cheers, mate.
I'd grab it with a nod.
And with that, finally.
You think we can perhaps now get this Sutton off our ship and head towards the deep?
Well, I think we should probably pull anchor and then figure out what documents are in this sealed document tomb that I grabbed.
Oh, we got some documents, have we? All right, crew, make the ship ready. We'll see about what haul we've got when we hit the waters again.
And with that, the rest of the crew now begins to unfurl the sails, raise the anchor, and Barker spins the ship hard to port in a 180 to get them back on a heading towards Waterdeep. After an hour or so passes, Barker calls you into his cabin.
All right, let's have a look what we got in this little documents pouch thing that you found.
I reach into my bag and pull out the container and start opening it to roll out whatever documents are inside.
all of the documents that you roll out appear to be maps. None of all of the previous sort of trade books were left in the chest damaged, and this container seems to be just purely made up of around 6 different maps, all marking locations around the Moonshade Isles and to the north and east of them, with little red X's made of wax.
Oh, Captain.
What is it? I can't see.
What do you make of these? And I lay the maps out in front of him, showing the different locations and the wax seal X's on them.
Well, if this ain't the biggest treasure that we've caught out of all of them, boys and girls. So either this is some place where we can find some good booty, or it's be the place where they buried shit, or for their fucking... Why didn't you ask him earlier? Why didn't you check the maps when you got on board the vessel? Damn it.
Full of shit.
Like I'd believe anything he'd tell me anyways.
All right, fair enough. You have a point. You have a point there. All right, well, look.
Captains, don't you know?
He was a unsociable arsehole anyway, so look, how about we kick this arsehole off our ship, claim the reward, and we go and investigate some of these maps and see what we can dig up.
Not against it.
Aye, aye.
Perfect. All right, then. Well, we set sail for Water Deep, and then hopefully onwards to fortune.
Aye.
And it takes the remaining part of the week, where you do eventually begin to see multiple ships on the horizon and various spires begin to poke up, signaling that you've reached the outer edges of Waterdeep. And I think for tonight, because you may have underestimated a few encounters, we may end it there for now.
Yeah, you gotta remember we got all those extra attacks.
Well, some of the stuff I thought, oh yeah, it's like the next stage up. Yeah, I need to go the next 2 stages up. And handing that locket back. Well played, sir. Was not expecting that.
I wondered what it was ever in that box. Fuck that locket and fuck that ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Cursed by the gods. His problem, not that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Fool me once, shame on me, but
Well, I mean, that's, putting close to nearly a 4-hour adventure. I think that'll work for tonight. Gives a bit of an early one as well. So, any comments? Anything that anyone wants to bring up before we close it out for the night?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
And a long rest, yeah.
Yeah, it would certainly be a long rest. There'll be a lot of long rests out in the ocean.
The water deep, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. You're gonna have to re-import our characters in anyway.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, now it's given me a rough idea on what you can come up with, and I need to make sure I've got another encounter planned for future due to some of the harder the harder fights you talked your way out of.
So I'm curious.
Go on.
How was that shark fight gonna, or how was that shark thing gonna go if I didn't punch that bitch in the nose?
They would have eventually ganged up on you, and something else would have appeared if you hadn't if you hadn't given them another option to chase. Now, obviously, animals, you know, the sharks smell blood. They went for that. If you would have ignored them, then something else would have turned up to feed on the sharks.
But good job.
Yeah, like a great shark come in to feed on the fucking smaller shark. That's all I kept thinking was we're gonna call in one of the bigger sharks to get too much fucking blood in the water. That's why I fucking shot at Mitch to get his attention, because I can't say anything because we're underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Booger saves the crew again.
Go.
I mean,
I tried to set that up to sort of show that they weren't going to take much of an interest in fighting. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, they're not.
But
and obviously,
anybody's going to freak out when a shark gets that close to them, right?
Yeah. And that's
You're
the other
meant
thing
to
as
do with a shark.
I part of me was had planned for Diesel fluffing the dexterity roll on the cannon.
mm-hmm.
Not expecting you to pull out a fucking 20.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the troll encounter was kind of neat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't think you anticipated this raw amount of firepower
No.
we could generate.
Oh no. No.
Yeah, that first round with Fallon, big 4 attacks.
Jesus Christ.
Then like 6d6 plus 1d8. You
Yeah.
get fucked.
I'm just gonna open and murder. Oh. Pincushion time.
Fallon's like, oh, I did my work for the day. I'm just gonna sit here on the fucking ship now.
Yeah, sorry about that, Fallon. It was, as I say, a lot of it. There's only so much I can do. If it's it's down to the rest of the crew as well to grab your attention. Well, I tried. Sorry about that. So yeah, I need to just work out a few of the other little bits from the chest, because again, that needs a little bit of revision, because the stuff that it should originally give you is too low level, and is pointless, having looked over it. But apart from that, good shit. You talked your way out of pretty much all of the harsh encounters this time, and murdered the easy ones. I'm impressed.
Slap McCullen around it.
And slap McCullen around, yeah. Yeah.
It was a good day.
It was a good day. Fun times were had.
Yeah, looking all around and seeing a total of 9 hit points recovered on the long rest between all 6 of us.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, though,
and to be fair, 2 of those hit points, Mitch's, were team inflicted.
Uh-huh.
And we did get 2 long rests in
Yes.
this encounter.
The other thing as well, it may have gone slightly, or it probably would have gone very different if you had fought the first mate. But as I say, that's for another time. I know she'll be there looking at D&D, being like, "Oh, what's this drowned master do?" Oh shit!
No, I try not to look at that shit.
Yeah.
If I remember, I remember. But just like that troll, I know that troll was I think like 150, 160 hit points.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's fully regen, but
yes. Cool. Okay. Well, in that case, then we'll call it there for an early one for a change, and I'll see about raiding someone. So I'll speak to you all in a moment. Oh, bloody hell! Bloody hell. That was unexpected. Unexpected. Because normally I wouldn't have gone through that many of encounters without actually fighting. So good on him. And say Sin with the handing the amulet back. Good shit. So let's jump over to the end scene. Bye. And see who we can raid. We'll see who we can raid. Who's on? Let's have a look. Do you know what? Juicy Vox is streaming. I've not seen Juicy in ages. She was the one who sang Captain Barker's song back over in Atlas. You're welcome, Sneeze. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So let's head over there. She's playing Atlas at the minute. I think she looks to be singing again. So thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by. I appreciate it. And I will see you all probably a lot more this week due to the fact that not at work as much as I was due to English lockdown. Yay! So off we go to Juicy. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the follows. And I'll see you all a little later. Ta-ta.
Give me your pearls. Aye, and your rings and your amulets and things. So I can do things with myself. Party things.